15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Hey, homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious. Your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class health care and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community. Use your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
Want to win a free motorcycle? I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'm giving away a free motorcycle valued up to $20,000. All you have to do is go to bikerswinorlando.com. That's bikerswinorlando.com. Enter today at bikerswinorlando.com.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N. Fun. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, May 13th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from Steve Buscemi attacked to some huge announcements in the AI world, and Jerry Seinfeld faces off with protesters, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Good day.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today, all you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
I don't even know.
Very Monday. Very Monday.
I don't know.
What's going on?
It's been a weird day already.
What's happening?
It's barely started. It's been just a weird day.
All right.
What?
Go on.
I got stuck behind some jerk that might as well be like the lotto person, but for Subway. She asked for 6 tomato slices and 2 slivers of onions. I'm like, what?
For one sandwich?
Why are you so specific?
No meat?
Yeah.
Well, no. There's more stuff, but it was just like, and at one point she like snapped to the lady like, "You want me to tell you how to make it?" I was like, "Bitch." And
Wait,
then
you started your day with a Subway sandwich?
Yeah.
Oh.
They have breakfast there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I got to say, like, as far as go-to breakfast places, Subway was never in the running for me.
Actually, it's actually not bad. You get like the eggs are like, pre-made egg patties. But
Yummy.
They're good. They put them in the toaster with some cheese and some of the sauce.
Except when that 6-slice bitch is in front of you.
She was doing 2 subs, and I was like, all right, this is gonna take some time. All right, but I'll deal with it. And then she's like, can you cook the bacon by itself first so it crisps up before you cook it on the whole sub?
Are you serious?
I'm like, my gosh, lady.
Lord.
I was like, I almost wanted after she left to be like, is that a regular? Is she?
This
is she
is
here all
one
the
of those
time?
people who's like, I have a couple of requests if you don't mind, and then they unfurl like a scroll of different things.
Oh, Sharon's here again.
Yeah.
Here she goes.
And then the other one needed 4 slices of tomato. 6 on one, 4 on the other.
Okay.
And 2 slivers of. And I have a computer not working. I rode the elevator with a total weirdo because we still only have one elevator here, so I get stuck with that.
Mondays, am I right?
My mouse is out of battery. It's
Poor guy.
a laundry list of it's not like the worst day ever, but it's like just a laundry
Collection.
list of minor inconveniences that I'm just well.
It's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. We got a lot of things to get through today. We're gonna talk to our friend Amy Caulfield, I believe, coming up in a little bit on the show.
I have something very particular to ask her.
Okay.
They have
All right.
a big special tomorrow during GDO called When Florida Attacks.
Okay.
And the trailer for it is, I have questions. That's it.
All right.
And I want you guys to watch it with us.
Always lovely to speak with her, and today will be no different. That's coming up in just a bit. I was out, obviously, for the majority of last week, and thank you to both of you for doing what you did and all the things that
The foundation has
on.
some cracks, but we got through it.
I didn't hear anything negative at all. I didn't hear one single negative thing at all. It was all just rave reviews.
They're waiting for you
much.
to come back so they can complain to you.
Exactly, yeah.
There's no use complaining to us.
I guarantee you. Thank God you're back. Oh, and honestly, thank God you're back.
We agree.
It turns out I'm an awesome co-host, but when it comes to certain moments, I had that time where I sat back and I'm like, Sean really can talk for a long time. And it makes sense. I was like, am I right, you guys? Am I right?
All right. Well, we'll get into a little bit about why I was out. I don't super want to dwell on it, but we'll talk about that at some point a little bit later on today.
Don't talk about the flowers.
What you delivered to my house this morning, I heard like
That was
some
part of my
shuffling.
Monday.
I heard a little bit of a noise, and then I saw somebody walking away, and I go, "What the hell's going on?" And then I just saw I was like, somebody plant a tree in front of my front door? What's happening over here? And I didn't know what was happening.
I pulled a Sean, but the opposite. Like usually you buy things and they end up being like too small because you don't look at the measurements. This was a little bigger than I had intended.
It was.
Sean's done that too. I got a free garbage can out of it, like a electric garbage can.
It's a 4 foot tall plant.
See, Lane, I'm not kidding. So I called the florist when they opened up, and I'm like looking to pick up some flowers. I'm trying to also do this before 10 o'clock if possible. And she's like naming off the titles of the plants as if I had memorized
all the 9 o'clock
website.
flowers.
And she's like, you know what? The peace lilies are really nice. And, the medium would be great. It's a lovely arrangement. So I thought that maybe it was going to be just like a nice bouquet. I go to pick it up, and it is the size of a toddler sea lion.
It's huge.
It is massive. I'm like, that's the medium? What's a large? You need a pickup truck?
I'll tell you this. It's beautiful. I said to Courtney, I said, is that fake? And she goes, no, it's just like...
Yeah, but it comes with, now you have to, like, grow it, you know? You have to...
Does it last forever? It's not like a thing that goes away?
I don't know. This is the first arrangement I've seen of that kind. So
yeah, it's going to take work. It's like I got you a sympathy parrot. Here you go.
Essentially, I gave you a puppy.
Keep it alive.
Is this like getting me like a tortoise?
I think so.
The rest of my days I'm attached to this thing. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to a weird man at a restaurant. And this guy ended up in a conversation with some younger folks who were big on social media, and they said, this guy is weird. Let's ask him some questions for our social media content. Here goes nothing. This guy has some strange habits in his life. Here he is.
After I was 8 years old, I never used a Q-tip in my ears. I have not brushed my teeth since I was 8 years old. Oh, yeah, I'm 62 years old, and I got every one of them, never had a cavity, and I've never had any problems.
He says, I've never brushed my teeth in my life since I was 8 years old. And I think he said, what did he say, he was 62?
Right.
So
62, he said.
Yeah, he hasn't brushed his teeth in 54 years.
I got to throw a quick flag on the field because those of you watching, but if you're not, they're talking to him and you can just see kind of his profile.
Yeah.
That looks to be the chin of someone who has no bottom teeth.
I don't know.
He said he's got every one of them. Also, my flag on the field, he says he's never had a cavity. How would you know? Because I'm pretty sure that somebody who hasn't brushed their teeth since 8 years old has not been to the dentist.
Good point.
All right, maybe,
I have brushed my teeth recently, and I still haven't been to the dentist in a while.
Maybe, just maybe both of you you're falling prey to big toothpaste here. Could it possibly be that we've all been hoodwinked and you don't really need toothpaste and using it is like actually bad? I hear this. I hear this stuff about like your shampoo and people seem to be like really into it.
I've heard about that as well. However, we are too late. So if we were to stop brushing our teeth, it would be no good for us by any means. Like, and then you would also have this layer of filth on your teeth.
Yeah, be like the dreadlocks of teeth.
Yes. Yeah. Here's the thing.
Can't wash them.
Every once in a while, it'll be like after lunchtime or something, and Courtney will be like, I got to finish getting ready. I haven't brushed my teeth yet. And I'll be like, you haven't brushed your teeth yet? You've been talking to me like right next to my face. There's no smell emitting from you. Like, you don't have smelly breath when you don't brush your teeth. If I don't wake up and brush my teeth immediately, people, I'm being honest about this. It's as if I think I could see it on a video. I think I could see what was coming out of my mouth. Like,
do you have tonsil stones?
I don't know. I might. I just know when I wake up, I feel like I ate a pile of sand before I went to bed or something. And the next morning, I'm like, I can't. Like, if she talks to me, I'll face the other way entirely when I talk because I know that this just like a cartoon. It's wafting over the bed. This man says he hasn't brushed his teeth since he was 8 years old. He's 62 for God's sake.
I got every one of them, never had a cavity, and I've never had any problems with them. Go figure that one out.
8 years old?
No, I just do hydrogen peroxide.
But you gotta start with that.
He says he just does hydrogen peroxide, which my dad used to do every morning.
Gargles it?
Yeah, gargles, and it's vile to do. It
I can't imagine.
Have you ever? You guys have had Everclear at some point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When you take a shot of Everclear, your body goes, "What is this thing?"
Rejection.
Remember that
rejection.
Remember that surprise Everclear you did on your birthday?
Oh.
It never gets any better.
I remember it.
And when you try Everclear, your body says, "Get this out of my body. Get this out of me." And I've had that same experience with hydrogen peroxide where your body's like, this is gross. I don't want anything to do with it.
No, the reason why, go on a YouTube video and watch if you put Crest on a toothbrush,
All right.
Take that same toothbrush on a rusted chrome bumper and watch it just take all the rust right off the bumper.
These stupid arguments about like, see what happens if you put something in a soda. And it disintegrates. That's what you're putting in your body. I hate when people do these stupid arguments because
your body cleans it out for you.
Yeah, well, your stomach's also full of stomach acid, which its job is to break down stuff. So I don't think the Coca-Cola is really, fighting the good fight here.
Yeah, I think that
soda
people
over here
often try to scare everybody with stuff like this. And they go, you see, it could take a rust off a bumper. That's almost a nod to the toothpaste, I think.
Yeah.
If it could take rust
it's dual
off
use.
a bumper. Yeah, it can surely take whatever's off my teeth off.
Big Toothpaste would love a story like this to get out, that their toothpaste could take rust off a bumper, because if you start de-rusting bumpers, that means you're going to need to buy more toothpaste to brush your teeth.
Oh, for sure.
That's right.
They also help
Phase 3 profit.
with your headlights, apparently. Like you can put toothpaste, and when it gets all foggy, and it'll take it right off.
Oh, my God. See, these really selling this stuff for me.
It's the same thing that you're cleaning your teeth with. What you're doing is you're withdrawing the enamel. In other words, you're taking the enamel, the protection off your teeth when you brush. Why? What?
They said, what about soap? And he's like, no soap.
Hey, what did Moses use soap when he was? Did Jesus? Did any of them? They lived 400. Moses lived 400 years. He did something right.
All right, there we go. Now we're learning things.
All right.
Moses lived 400 years, so don't use soap and don't brush your teeth, folks.
I'm just imagining a very, very, very old Moses DeWitt in my head right now.
Great teeth.
All right. We have a ton of stuff to get to. As I said, later on, I'll talk about what was going on last week, hopefully very, very quickly. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want a ton of dispatches about any of this stuff just because I don't want to dwell on all this, but I do want to just get it out there. So we'll do that but like maybe a couple hours here on the show. We also are going to get to you. So your dispatches are important to us. Send those over at thenewsjunkie.com. That's much appreciated. We'd love to hear from you. And at the box office this weekend, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, numero uno.
Wow. How many
$56 million
are there of this
There's a bunch of them.
franchise?
You got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
The Planet of the Apes is the original one.
For the Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and I think Planet of the Apes was the old school one. So this is 5?
Coming up is Planet of the Apes.
I don't get it. I look at it, I'm like, I don't care about the ape people. Whoa. I'm not super into it.
That's how my wife talks about Dune. Yeah. Every time she sees an ad for Dune or Dune 2, she's like, I do not care about Dune.
I liked that first one, but it did help that I was medically assisted, we'll call it. I was very stoned.
I think it looks interesting, but it's got way too much dirt in it, too much sand for
a lot of
Courtney.
sand.
Oh, that's right. Courtney doesn't like sand.
Yeah. She's anti-sand.
It's going to be on live trivia later.
She's not into it, and she doesn't like the ape people either. So, even if I wanted to watch this one,
that mean you never have to take her to the beach?
No, she still wants to go to the beach. She still wants that, but she just doesn't want to watch any ape people. And she doesn't believe it. She doesn't think that if the apes had a little more skill, she doesn't think that they could take over humanity. So it's a farce for her.
That's gonna suck when they do.
It could happen any moment now. All right, we got things to get into, including these huge advances in AI that are being announced today, plus this Steve Buscemi incident in New York City. What's going on with this, that, and a whole lot more on a busy Monday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You might not have many friends, but we definitely don't. So, hey Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident causing delays southbound on Florida's Turnpike between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. There's an accident on Bronson Memorial Highway causing delays eastbound between Orne Brown Road and Airport Road. The right shoulder is blocked on the beach line due to an accident westbound near St. John's River Bridge, and you can expect your regular delays on I-4 before Champions Gate. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit Allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Attention all golfers, wannabe golfers, enthusiasts, and do-gooders alike. Get ready to tee off for a cause at the Crime Line Charity Golf Scramble. Coming to the prestigious Heathrow Country Club June 3rd. You'll start the day with breakfast to fuel your swing, 18 holes of championship golf, a cart, door prizes, range balls, goodie bags, and more. Best of all, your participation supports Crime Line, an organization dedicated to keeping our communities safe. So mark your calendars and register now at crimeline.org and secure your spot in this unforgettable event at Heathrow Country Club, June 3rd. It's the Crime Line Charity Golf Scramble Tournament. Let's make a difference, one swing at a time.
Sunshine came softly through my window today.
Florida truly is the Sunshine State, and it shows in everything we grow. When you shop, choose fresh from Florida.
'Cause I made my mind up, you're going to be mine. I tell you right now.
Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zapata, CMO Hyundai Motor America, discusses measuring audio.
The measurement capability within audio, I think, surprised all of us. We have seen a huge return on our investment. Seeing real numbers has helped us continue to invest.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the data, audiences, and influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Do you think a tiny chip in your windshield is nothing to worry about? I'm Pascal with SafeLight. Sooner or later, every chip will crack. So don't wait. Schedule at SafeLight.com. We can come to you for free and repair that chip fast. And with most insurance, a chip repair is no cost to you. Don't let that tiny chip crack your whole windshield. Go to SafeLight.com for free mobile service. Conditions may apply.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are two of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
16th Minute of Fame is the new weekly podcast hosted by me, Jamie Loftus. And every week, we take a closer look at an internet character of the day. Bean Dad, The Dress, 30 to 50 feral hogs. If you knew what any of those were, you spend too much time online. And I do too. Who are they? What made them notorious? Why did the internet choose them? And what does a person do when they get more attention than the human psyche can handle? Listen to 16th Minute of Fame on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search 16th Minute of Fame.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N, FUN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Back in New York, what happened? What are the details in just a moment? Did you guys see any of the footage from Limp Bizkit at that Welcome to Rockville festival?
I saw like a very quick clip, but it looked lit.
It was like
Woodstock 99.
Yeah, it was like beam back to 99. Limp Bizkit's on the stage. Everybody's like a crowd of thousands and thousands of people at this festival. Everybody's jumping up and down to the music, and it just like transported me back. I said, this is a wild world we're living in.
Did you see the big story in the news about Welcome to Rockville over the weekend?
Wait, what happened?
Someone got pee-peed?
They arrested 8 people for having a cell phone stealing ring.
Oh my God.
That's still going on.
Man.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's happening enough that it's got to be somehow profitable for them.
Yes, that's what I keep thinking of. I'm like, you're taking all these cell phones and you got to flip them somehow.
But I can't for the life of me. There's a lot of things in the iPhone that's to keep it from being useful if stolen. And they have some way. And also, like, you know, they're just when my phone got stolen at a music festival, it was an old phone. It was like an iPhone 6. And then you gave me a loaner, and it was actually a step up. It was a 6S.
Oh, that worked out.
So like, you don't know that you're getting anything necessarily that good, but there has to be a market if people continue to keep doing this.
Yeah, I don't understand it either, but it happens at like every music festival, it seems. These people go around in groups, and they'll take your phones out of your back pocket or your purse or wherever you got them. And then when they bust them, they have dozens of phones on them sometimes. So usually they're able to get that many.
Or at least lately, they have more phones than wallets. The people that over the weekend at Welcome to Rockville, they were caught with some wallets too and some credit cards or something. But usually it's more phones than wallets because you can get your card stolen. You could deactivate it pretty quick unless you also got your phone stolen.
Absolutely. Well, last week was out on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we didn't really get to get the shirt pumped up as much as it needed to. And so what we'll do is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we'll give you your last opportunities to get that so nobody could complain and scream at us. The shirt Clouds is up right now at thenewsjunkie.com. Go over there and get yours. This is my favorite magnet so far. I absolutely love the way this came out. And it's not going to wash away in the rain, all right? This is weatherproof, baby, and ready to go for Game of Magnets. So go get yours while you can. They are going to sell out. I don't know that it'll make it to Wednesday, actually. This, even though there was 3 days where we didn't really mention it that much, this shirt is one of the best selling that we've had in a very long time.
Sean, that was very much a go-to for me.
Oh, you just kept plugging
it was my 2024 WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach Orlando.
Well, everybody can go get yours while you can over at thenewsjunkie.com. It comes with a sticker and a magnet, and those will start processing on Wednesday evening.
That's right, Beha. It doesn't wash away in the rain, much like unlike the cocaine that it inspired the magnet.
It's not cocaine, it's clouds. It's the most... Just like
someone will do cocaine off of that, though.
This is the most PG magnet we've ever had in Game of Magnets. It's beautiful, and I hope you go get yours so you have a couple of days to grab them. And I know somebody was complaining about payday. Like, you're too far away from payday, Sean. I'm not going to be able to do it. Well, I said I'd never make it this far. Unforeseen circumstances bring us to this point.
How the hell are we supposed to know when everybody's payday is?
It's like
First
15th-ish.
and 15th?
Yeah.
Not for everybody.
It could be every 2 weeks, yeah.
Hopefully you get paid the 15th and you're able to snag yours. So go to thenewsjunkie.com and get it while you can. Steve Buscemi got punched in the face in New York City by some lunatic, some crazy person.
Something's going on, man.
This is not only not the first celebrity to get attacked by a wild hobo in New
Rick
York.
Moranis before, right?
It's not even the first person on Boardwalk Empire to get attacked by a hobo in the last month or so, because there was another person from the same show that was just assaulted by some mentally ill person in New York City.
I love that show.
Rest of the cast is like in their group text, like, should we be concerned, guys?
Are they targeting us? Michael Stolbarg was hit in the back of the neck with a rock while walking in Manhattan Central Park. They said he chased his attacker, who was taken into custody outside the park. Steve Buscemi, for his part, the star of Fargo, Boardwalk Empire, was assaulted late Wednesday morning in Manhattan. They took him to a hospital because he was beat up so bad. He had a lot of bruising, swelling, and bleeding to his left eye. Some of the details here. Let's peek in with Pix 11 in New York City and see what they say about Steve Buscemi being attacked.
Good morning to you. Buscemi's publicist is calling it a random act of violence, and it appears that's exactly what happened here along 3rd Avenue. Another person assaulted seemingly out of nowhere. This time, Brooklyn native Steve Buscemi. He was here along 3rd Avenue when he was punched last week. Now, he was walking here along 3rd Avenue Wednesday in broad daylight. It was just before noon. Buscemi was then taken to a nearby hospital with bruising, swelling, and bleeding.
So he was hit pretty bad, attacked pretty bad. And I don't believe for a second that he was like targeted. I think this was just another mentally ill person on the loose in New York City. And it just so happens that you got enough celebrities there. Every once in a while, somebody famous gets hit by these people. Like Sealand said, it was, what's his name? Rick Moranis a couple years ago or something. Just walking down the sidewalk, somebody just clocks him, hits him real hard, and he got pretty injured. I think Steve Buscemi might have gotten beaten up a little worse.
His left eye. His publicist says he will be okay, and he appreciates everyone's well wishes, and we're sure he's been getting a lot of those well wishes. Buscemi, of course, is a hometown favorite and a former FDNY firefighter.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He has a career in movies and TV that spans 4 decades and includes roles in award-winning movies like Fargo and Reservoir Dogs. Now, while no arrests have been made, we do have a picture of the suspect in this case. Take a look at your screen. We're going to show it to you.
That dude is ripped, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't scream hobo to me. Gotta be honest.
He looks too put together to be a homeless man.
Not a fan of the Big Lebowski or something.
Yeah, I think it's just a crazy person. It's one of the biggest problems we have. I don't know if it can't just be the United States of America, but it is one of the larger problems, I'll say, that we have in this country. And nobody talks about it. Nobody really even knows about it. Is just the prevalence of people with ASPD that just wander around cities like this. And if you've never heard of that before, it's antisocial personality disorder. One of the most mind-blowing things.
We have a lot of those listeners.
There's got to be a number of them out there just because percentage-wise. But somebody with antisocial personality disorder usually engages in high-risk activities, almost always gets caught up in some sort of criminal activity. They have very little empathy for any other person. They are narcissistic in most ways, and they're prone to violence. So not only will they attack people randomly for like seemingly no reason, they won't feel bad about it afterwards. And so they tend to be repeat offenders. And it's actually a mental illness. Like ASPD is a huge, huge problem that we have. And most of these random attacks are people who have this as an issue. And when you look at it, one of the things that kind of blew my mind and made me think about this issue differently a couple of years ago was I learned that of the prison population in the United States of America, of the prison population in this country, about 80% of them have antisocial personality disorder.
Wow.
If that doesn't tell you what's going on, I don't know what else will. These are people who are, they don't care about breaking the law. They don't care about consequences. When you see somebody and you go, why would that person give up their life because somebody else like pushed them in a crowd and they just end up shooting and killing? Usually it's somebody who's got that as an issue, and it's tough to treat, but you would think that maybe we could put more focus on this rather than some of the other things we waste our breath talking about, but it's a huge issue. All right, somebody's saying borderline personality disorder, Sean. No, that is not the same thing at all. Borderline personality disorder, BPD, is totally different from antisocial personality disorder. This is a completely different thing in the DSM and anywhere else where they
We're still on 4 of those, or they do the 5th one yet?
You know what? I don't know. I thought they were on 4, but now that you've asked, I have no idea if they're on DSM 5.
I felt like there might have been a 5 at some point. We got to update that thing. Yeah. Is it just me, or does this problem in New York feel more real now that it's happened to Steve Buscemi?
It's like
COVID.
Hanks.
Like Tom Hanks getting COVID. We didn't pay attention. We didn't take COVID seriously until Tom Hanks got it. And then
it's true, but I do wonder how many people get punched today. Like, can someone now do the math? Because we're hearing about it because it's Steve. But
we're gonna have to start the show every day with the reports of how many people got punched today.
Yeah, and you race the board, and it's like one day since someone randomly got punched in New York City.
I will tell you this: I don't want to get punched by the dude who punched Steve Buscemi.
No.
That guy.
Say bye to your teeth.
His chest and this tight shirt he's wearing is just ripped. Like he's put in a lot of work, or he's just one of those people that's always angry. Like we had a mentally ill person downtown who, when he would rip off a shirt every once in a while,
8 abs,
just ripped because all the time he's like tense and And he just...
Are you talking about the one that called random people F-word for gays?
Yeah.
They call me Indian girl.
Oh. No, it was me and ThinkPad walking downtown, and he was like, you a big F, you a little F.
Oh, God. Well, unfortunately, we have major issues with that kind of stuff in this country, and let's see if we can do something about it so less Steve Buscemi's and just regular Steve's end up getting hit, right? I think that would be a good thing. Let's see what you got on your mind with a couple of dispatches. We'll see what you have. Oh, hold on. What's happening here? Hang on. Let me get this under control. All right. Good to go. Here is Heidi talking about something that happened to her News Junkie hat.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey.
So the other week I went camping, and it was for my birthday, and I was wearing my News Junkie hat, which is like the only hat I ever wear. But my husband gave me a new hat for my birthday, and so I had to try it on, and it said like not dead yet, mofos. So I put the News Junkie hat into the gift bag that the other hat came in, and we go to the fire.
All right.
And while we're at the fire, we hear some rustling over where the picnic table was, and the raccoons run away with my gift bag. I ran after them, but they got away with it.
Oh, the raccoons stole her News Junkie hat. That's the first I've heard that happening. Cool. All right, thank you for that, Heidi. Sorry about that. How
would you feel if you just came across a raccoon randomly one day and it was holding the News Junkie hat?
I would feel like we made it. I'd be like, guys, we did it. All that time we put in was worth it. Here we go. Here's John with a dispatch.
First of all, welcome back, Sean.
Thank you.
Second of all, gotta love people that say life back in the day was so much better. Back when people lived to the ripe old age of died in childbirth. Mm-hmm. The reason why people back in the day had 20 kids, because, 6 or 7 of them would survive. Yeah, we create these things to live a much better life.
Huh?
These people.
I don't know. So I am speaking from a place of ignorance for once here. I'm admitting this, okay? I do not know. There's probably some experts out there who know more about this. But my gut tells me that back in the day, before it was common to like bathe a lot and use soap and do all those things.
Oh, that's what he's talking about. I was really lost.
It seems like it would be stinkier. Like, it just seems like the planet would be a stinkier place if everybody wasn't soaping up. Yes, you might. It might be like if you work at a pizza place, let's say, and somebody else walks in, they're like, "Oh my God, it smells so good in here. It smells like a giant pizza." And you're like, "I don't smell anything." You're just used to the pizza smell. It could be that we all get used to the stinky person smell. Well, I'm glad. I, for one, am glad we're not used to it at the moment. Okay, we'll get to more of those as we roll on. We'll talk about, when we come back, some big announcements in the world of AI. We got Amy Caulfield joining us very soon. A lot going on a busy Monday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Monday forecast. And the rest of today does feature increasing shower and thunderstorm chances. The sea breeze will get going, especially by about 4 p.m. And that's when we can expect some isolated showers and storms to form. More scattered to potentially widespread rain will arrive near sunset tonight, where a few gusty showers and storms will be possible. These do look to wind down as we get closer towards midnight, with a drier forecast overnight. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that the best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
You do everything you can for your family. A nice home, good food, family fun, and the right medical care. You plan ahead for your kids' future and their education. That's all great, unless something unexpected happens to you. If you were to die, who would pay the mortgage and all the other bills? Would your family have to sell their home just to survive? That's why you need to call Term Provider for the lowest rates available on quality term life policies, period. Rates for term life are at all-time lows, and Term Provider could save you 50, 60, even 70%. Already have coverage? Call and see if you're paying too much. Term Provider could save you thousands. And if your health isn't perfect, even more reason to call. We'll match you with the right policy even if you have weight issues like diabetes or high blood pressure. Right now, your family's protected. Make sure that protection continues if something unexpected happens to you. Call for a free quote and see if you can save up to 70%. Call 800-200-1966 now. That's 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Looking to save on your internet bill? Spectrum has designed affordable internet offers just for you.
You came to the right place. Spectrum has an affordable internet offer for eligible families. And you could save a ton with the Spectrum Internet 2-year price guarantee.
Switch to Spectrum Internet starting at $29.99 a month and a 2-year price guarantee with no contracts. And get a 1-year trial of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited risk-free. Call 1-833-563-2888.
Ready to switch?
Sign us up. Offer subject to change based on eligibility requirements. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Of AI, and
I thought
we'll
you meant
figure
just
out.
like the king of England.
No, he's almost dead. I think. I don't think he's doing so well.
That's
that
why
guy.
I thought it would have been a pretty big announcement.
No, it's like I think he did a public appearance this past week. That's the only thing I've seen of him. I'm talking about. I think his name is Sam Altman. That's the guy from OpenAI.
Yeah,
and like he's just the dude in the AI world, and he came out of nowhere. I had no idea who he was. Just like I mean, it's stunning to me that AI really seemed to launch into the mainstream out of nowhere. We were just sitting there one day doing stories, and we're like, there's something called Chat GPT, and we start messing around with it, and we're like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then it explodes, and next thing you know, there's billions and billions and billions of dollars, new dollars, going into investment in AI. And there's so many people using it. Even our own company uses AI. There's lots of different things that have happened in the wake of that. But there's an announcement today, and they believe it's going to be an AI voice assistant from OpenAI. So they'll have like a Siri or Alexa type person that can give people information about their surroundings or like anything, translate stuff, anything that you need it to do, it'll be able to help out. And I think that's brilliant for a couple of reasons. Now, I feel like I asked this question recently, but maybe I didn't ask it on air. If I went and got a brand new Amazon smart device, and there's so many of them now. I don't even know what they all are.
Echo Dot, Echo Show.
Yeah, there's so many. If I got a brand new one, would it be any different other than like visually or whatever than the one that I have right now? Would I be talking to like a different, like an updated Alexa lady, or
I don't
is it the
believe so, because I think it's just software that's running on these devices. So I think so
Alexa's just that bad.
Yeah, I mean, but you would think though the older devices probably don't have the hardware to keep up with the updated, software. Essentially, the same thing happens with your phone. I mean, Alexa does suck lately.
It's not good. It really isn't. Siri is markedly better, and whatever they roll out at Chat GPT, I'm sure will be far superior.
You know what's so funny? Siri is better, but it's aside from Siri being in the phone, people aren't going out in droves to get that HomePod from Apple.
No, they're not. They're not, or the Google one for that matter. I believe, I'm going from gut here again, but I think, see if we can look this up. I think that Amazon just kind of owns the smart speaker space. Like, I would guess they've got more than 51% market share of the smart speaker space. I could be wrong. Maybe the Google Home thing has made more of a dent on it than that, or this Apple one that C-Lane's talking about as far as smart speakers go. I know a ton of people are listening right now on their smart speakers, and they're useful, and I have one, and we utilize it around the house. But I feel like it's getting dumber. I feel like it's like if I ask it an actual question, or much less a difficult question. If I ask Alexa a difficult question, she will melt down. I asked Alexa a question yesterday, all right? And our cat, Junkie Cat, it's not the cat's real name, but that's just what we call it on the show. Our cat has an issue. It's 10 years old, and she has to have medicine, or like her food is like a prescribed food. And it's for like urinary tract stuff because cats get like crystals and it could be bad and make them uncomfortable. And the prescription cat food is pretty expensive. But beyond that, to get another bag of cat food every time, you have to go back to the veterinarian, and the veterinarian has to get you a prescription.
Come on.
And so I'm going, why do we need a gatekeeper for cat food? Are people abusing urinary tract prescription cat food? Why does this need to be a thing? Seems to me like maybe the veterinarians are getting something out of this, and there's some sort of vested situation happening here, right?
Of course.
So
big money maker.
Yeah, that's what I would think, right? And so I ask Alexa, I'm like, why is some pet food, why does it require a prescription? And it's like just completely locks up. It doesn't have an answer for this because it's too complex of a question that you've asked. It's stupid. Alexa is stupid. That's one of the problems.
Doesn't Alexa, when she doesn't know the answer to something, just be like, here's what the internet says, and like pulls up a web page or something?
And then they'll go to Alexa Answers, which it's a heartbeat away from Yahoo Answers.
Or Quora.
Or Quora. When somebody answers a question and I go, hang on, I know about this. That is totally wrong. That's 100% wrong. OpenAI is going to do it better. They're going to do it way better. And honestly, Amazon should just jump on board with their product, I would think.
Over the weekend, we gave our dog a blueberry, and then Ashley was like, "Are dogs supposed to have blueberries?" And she asked Siri, and it was like, "Yes." And then just for giggles, I asked the Echo because I was like, "What if it's a different answer? It'd be hilarious." Then we don't know. But it was like another one of those like, "Here's what a webpage says."
Yeah.
Yes, it's good for the dog. Yeah.
This is what I found on the internet. And you go, thanks a lot. ChatGPT has like much more capability than some of these other things. They got to rally around that. Otherwise, it's going to become useless. Now it's just like a kitchen timer, which it's super useful for that.
Or conversions.
Conversions.
I'm constantly just reminders or asking what the weather's like.
Alexa, what does this word mean? And there's a lot of other things like that. But that's simplistic stuff. That's not like an AI assistant. And I truly believe, as dystopian as it sounds, that AI assistants are going to be a big part of our future. We're already seeing that happening so much. In fact, I saw a story, I think it was the CEO of Bumble, I believe, and she said the future of dating will be first your AI assistant will converse with the other person's AI assistant.
Oh, come on.
And they'll see if you're like compatible enough.
Okay.
Like for the actual human beings to have a discussion. And that's where we're heading with this. So OpenAI, a big announcement today, and they're going to talk about some advances there. Meanwhile, Apple's Siri is getting an AI reboot to compete with ChatGPT. They said new Siri will be more conversational and versatile. And the products are expected to make an appearance at Apple's developer conference on June 10th. So coming soon, Siri will be rebooted. And then Alexa's just Dodoville, just left in the dust by all the rest of these.
If I'm to believe these pie charts from one of the websites here, it says that in 2018, Amazon Alexa had 52% of the smart speaker market share.
Okay.
Google Home had 32%.
Whoa.
Apple HomePod 12%, and then 4% others. And then in 2022, Amazon Alexa dropped from 52% to 37%.
Wow.
Google Home picked up to 48%. Apple HomePod still 12%.
Is that globally or
it says global?
Yeah. Okay. So this must be like the case must be in other markets, they're just getting trounced. So, like, China or even maybe Japan. They're getting absolutely killed in the battle. Because in the U.S., I would think maybe it was more lopsided for the Amazon devices. I don't know.
Let me
That's
see.
just because it could just be because that's what I have. This is what I have, so I think everybody else has it.
I mean, I also think that it's also a matter of the barrier to entry. Like the HomePod is expensive for what it does, which is not impressive. I don't care how many speakers or how many microphones are inside. Like it's just not really blowing anybody away with features and stuff that it does. So you can do the same thing with a much cheaper device and enter Alexa. That's your cheap device.
Right. Yeah, it's much more this price friendly, I would think. And you just end up getting it while you're on Amazon, maybe purchasing something else. I'll tell you.
In the U.S., it says this was...
Oh, you got U.S. numbers?
Yeah, this was actually published a couple days ago.
Okay.
In Statista, the Google Home 24%, 18% HomePod, Google Nest 17%, which seems like those are different things.
Yeah, if they're talking about Nest, I don't know. The Google Home works with Nest because Google owns Nest.
Right.
That's the cameras.
Yeah, they're breaking this out weird. So it says 65% Amazon Echo, but then it has like a Bose and a JBL Link series that use both Alexa and the Google Assistant, which I don't know why that's even being calculated like that.
Yeah, it's strange. There's a lot happening all at once.
Just take my money, I guess.
Mr. D. Vans on Twitch says, we're going to technology our way into extinction because nobody will be procreating while our AIs gaslight each other. Perhaps. There's a lot of stuff happening in the AI world, and it's interesting to watch and also frightening at the same time. Why is this? Answer this for me, please. So we wanted to get the new prescription for this cat food yesterday, and Courtney goes, I cannot get a hold of the vet. I've been trying to call the vet for 3 days now, and 3 weekdays, and the vet is just not answering the phone. And I said, let me see what they have out there. So I go to the App Store, and there's a veterinarian app. Much like you do telemedicine, and you could get a doctor, and the doctor can even prescribe you some simple stuff, which is awesome and super useful. They have these vet apps, and then you get on a video call with the vet, and you show them your animal, and you tell them that you need the prescription for the cat food, and then they give it to you. It's like $100 and something to do this, and they use a lot of local vets. We try to do this to get the prescription for the cat food, and they alert us, hey, just so you know, we're banned in your state. We're banned in the state of Florida. And
why?
You can't do telemedicine with a veterinarian in the state of Florida. And I was like, I don't know if you could do this in New York or other places, wherever you are. I don't know if you could do it there. But when I read into it, they were like, a human can speak. So a human can say what's wrong with them to the doctor, and the doctor can provide help to that person. They can communicate. But they said for a veterinarian, it's important to be hands-on with the animal to diagnose what's actually going on with it. So they don't want these video callers to be. And I'm like, it seems like it would be super convenient if we could at least have that option.
Y'all gotta go to my vet.
Yeah, I know. We're going to do that
Dr.
already.
Andy is the best.
Yes, Courtney already mentioned that, I think, yesterday. She was like, we were going to go there, but we were trying to get something fast. Anyhow, let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record us a dispatch. When we come back, Amy Caulfield from Fox 35. Our friend Amy K will be joining us. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents to watch out for this afternoon on Bronson Memorial Highway eastbound between Orrin Brown Road and Airport Road. Colonial Drive westbound near Rouse Road. Authorities are clearing up an accident there. The left shoulder's blocked on I-4 eastbound near Osceola Parkway. And there's an accident off to the shoulder on Florida's Turnpike southbound after Oakland Exchange. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the traffic.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate our members who go above and beyond every single day. That's why we thought you might want to hear some special thank you messages from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother AZ1 Archie Castillo.
Hi, I want to give a shout out to my friend Colin, who's currently serving in the Army. Thanks for all you do. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Boss, did you know Safe Touch Security is the home of the 45-second or less guaranteed response?
Of course, it's just one of the reasons why I hate Safe Touch.
For a limited time, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0 down and 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to FenceOutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH, C-A-S-H, CASH. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junk.
To hang out with our friend, the amazing Amy Caulfield.
All right. Hey. Happy Monday, you guys.
Hey, look at you in that studio.
Oh, my God.
Man.
It's panning.
Is it fancy?
God, I want
yeah, you look
camera.
great in there. It's very, very, your setup is now perfected.
You guys need to get this background.
Yeah, I like it. I think everything looks really, really, really good there. I know we're always blessed to have you here on a Monday, but I think there was some sort of question that Sabrina wanted to ask you to start things off here, Amy, because there's something new coming out on your side of things here.
Yes, tomorrow the special that is titled, and you guys do this every once in a while, but it's called When Florida Attacks.
Yes. I'm sorry I didn't have enough time to grab the sound for you.
Oh, no worries. I will do my best to get it for at least tomorrow's show so that I could show the good people that listen. But it is, I can't gather what it is, to be honest with you, because it is, they're saying Florida is attacking us, and then they have they've interviewed a very nice lady who is scared. And then they show other stills to what seems to be a yard lizard, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that's what's attacking is the
lizards?
yard
lizard. So okay, so When Florida Attacks is like a series that we do sometimes, usually during like sweeps months, which May is the sweeps months, right? So if you go to our website and you type in When Florida Attacks, you'll get like a whole bunch of stories,
like alligators,
and it's usually like gator, pythons, right? Like bears, shark bites. I'm just going through some of them. Dog recovers after attacked by a bear. Florida woman impaled by a stingray tail. I mean, so there's just like there's a lot of stories because, as you guys know, we are surrounded by some, a
lot of wildlife,
some nefarious creatures.
Yeah, it's true.
But this one I'm tuning into because it seems to be the smallest yet most dangerous of them all. Is this a particular type of lizard, or am I giving away too much and we have to watch tomorrow?
I think I'm not 100% sure because I didn't do the story, but I think is it one of those tegus? I'm not 100% sure. I'm looking now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right,
I think so.
I'm excited for it. That's for sure.
Speaking of Florida attacking, and I never I don't wish harm upon people.
Here we go.
Not true.
But I just really today watching David Martin around all those flamingos. I wanted one of them to just get a little too close for comfort. Just keep him on his toes.
So cute. They were so cute. One of them gave him attitude. He was like going to commercial, and they were just like, bye, and then walked away. It was awesome. He has such a fun job.
Did you see the one that pecked the lady from Discovery Cove in the head?
Oh no!
What?
Because they were feeding them. Yeah, like pecked her in the head. She was like, oh, like messed up her hair. She was like trying to fluff her hair back down. Okay, so this is fascinating. So I knew nothing about flamingos other than that I've heard that the reason that their feathers turn pink is because of like their diet, right?
Yeah.
So if they eat like a lot of shrimp, apparently that it makes their But so did you guys know that their beaks are actually curved up? And so they have to almost completely turn their head upside down in order to eat because the beak is like curving in the opposite direction
That's
of what you
inconvenient.
would think.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
When I look at an animal like that, I'm like, it doesn't seem like you were supposed to survive. Right? It doesn't.
Why?
It's like koalas or something where you look at it and you're like, I feel like you should have evolved into something else. Like this isn't the final version of what this animal is supposed to be.
But they did it.
They see it like on one leg, standing up in the water. And the legs of a flamingo couldn't be more thin. Like, if you just swift kicked a flamingo, I feel like it's done for. And now it's just a floating bird. It's not, I don't know. It seems very bad.
No, you're right. Like super skinny legs, and then the legs like bend backwards, which kind of like is like their beak, which is like upside down. But what the other thing that's fascinating, we've been doing stories about this for the last couple of weeks, that flamingos are starting to show back up in Florida again. So we haven't had flamingos in Florida since like, you did?
Yeah, I saw one. It was actually flying, and then it took me like 2 seconds of me not paying attention on 408, but I was like, that was a flamingo. Actually,
oh
flying.
my gosh! Maybe it escaped from Discovery Cove.
No, I don't think another
no,
question.
but you're right, Sabrina, because they're starting to make a comeback. So they apparently in the early 1900s they saw the last ones leave Florida, and now they're starting to come back. So that's kind of cool.
Another question for you, Amy, because Daniel on YouTube says, I saw Amy in a new show on the Discovery Channel. Is there any truth to this?
Oh, no, I'm not doing but somebody did text me last night saying that they were watching some show and that I popped up in it. It was like on TNT though. I don't think it was Discovery.
They must have used like a news clip from Fox 35.
Oh yeah, that's what, because they do that. They'll pull like news clips from stuff. So
yeah, you're in the Casey Anthony.
Yeah, the documentary.
Series.
Yes, yeah.
I was like, I know her.
And the yeah, I think in the Queen of Versailles, like the original Queen of Versailles one too, I think there's like a little clip in there.
How much money do they give you for that? You get any cash?
I get nothing.
Oh.
No, they don't give you any money for that. It's just like,
a bunch of nonsense. Those folks need to start paying out there. What's happening in your world, Amy Kaufman?
Oh my gosh. You guys, it was such a busy weekend. So one of the biggest things to happen over the weekend, and you guys probably saw this, was the pickpockets at Welcome to Rockville.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. So we're now learning that they did arrest 8 people over the weekend. Sheriff Mike Chitwood, who's the sheriff there in Volusia County, says they were all, or at least the majority of those arrested, were Colombian nationals. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to learn a little bit more information about, I don't know, where did they come from? Sheriff Chitwood said that they told him all kinds of different stories, and that they specifically were talking about coming in from, I guess, Los Angeles and then working their way to Miami.
He did an interview, and he said, they all got real stupid when we asked where they were from. I love the way that guy talks. It's hilarious.
So they came here on a bus, and that they came here to go cleaning is what he said. I guess cleaning out people's pockets. But I mean, it's just terrible. You're taking advantage of people who are like, they're there to have fun. Oh my God.
Was that right there? Was that the haul of cell phones that they took from the whole?
Yeah. I think they said 75 cell phones and like wallets, credit cards. But yeah, so Casey's my behind the scenes guy. He's helping queue stuff up for me. He's awesome. But isn't it crazy? And then you guys, this is not the first time this has happened. If you guys remember at the Electric Daisy Carnival, which was in downtown Orlando not that long ago, something similar happened where people were going in and just like stealing people's phones. And I guess, if you've had a drink or two, maybe you're not being as careful as you normally would, but I don't know. It kind of makes you want to rethink how you bring your stuff into these concerts.
You know who they're not stealing from is Gen Z, because they're constantly either on their phones, posting on their phones, or filming on their phones. So there's no way that it's going to be in their back pocket for more than like 6 seconds.
Yeah, but if I went to another music festival, I'd probably think about zippered pockets, as nerdy as that sounds.
I put one of those, those like lighter strings, like the retractable
When is Sean not laughing at me?
It's all the time. But I attached my phone to it the last music festival I went to. I just took out the clip, and granted, no one tried. Had they tried, it would have been weird because they would have just taken me with them.
I'll just say this. At this point in time, I don't think it's far-fetched at all that you would be targeted. Like, I think it's a legitimate concern that when you go to a music festival, there's a decent chance that somebody might at least try to steal your phone. And that's kind of sad and crazy.
We need Mark Rober to get on this and then make like either phones that explode into glitter. Yeah. Have some glitter bomb phones.
That'd be fun. I'm in.
Anything is better than the situation we're in right now, where these folks are stealing everything.
It'll be interesting to see what happens next. We're actually going to try to get Sheriff Chitwood on the show tomorrow just to talk about what happens. So if these folks are here illegally and doing this, do they automatically get deported? Do they have to? I think he said they were going to turn them over to ICE. So we'll have to see what happens from there. But
all right.
Yeah, mess. Yeah. And then the other big story over the weekend, which you guys probably saw, is there was a big protest down at Lake Eola. About 1,000 people showed up, pro-Palestinian crowd. And at one point, OPD said that some of the people started to get rowdy and out of control. And so they ended up arresting a couple of people. They did deploy some type of pepper spray into part of the crowd there. So there was some concern that there were, people were either were or were not acting inappropriately. Some of the folks who were there say that these people were innocent, that there were children there, that nobody was doing anything inappropriate. I don't know, 1,000 people is a big crowd. So something obviously happened.
Yeah.
So OPD made a couple of arrests there.
The unfortunate thing is, I think everybody, I disagree with those people, but I think that everybody should have the right to protest and get their thoughts out there and all that stuff. But when you get protests past a certain number, it's like anything else. Once you get a crowd past a certain size, it's impossible to control all those people and to make sure that nothing happens. And then, of course, like it makes everybody else look bad, when a couple people end up getting
most
arrested.
people are being peaceful, and then you have a couple people who are being unruly. Unfortunately, it's like when that apple spoils the bunch.
Right. Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah. And then, of course, we had the second incident, which happened. There were 3 females who were arrested right there at the World Drive exit off of I-4 going to Disney World. And they were arrested because they were blocking traffic, and they actually parked their cars to block people from being able to exit to go to Disney.
You want to piss people off. Blocking traffic is like numero.
I'm telling you.
I've seen people in the comments that are like, that is an act of war.
Yeah, people were outraged. Some people got out of their cars, and fortunately, Florida Highway Patrol got there pretty quickly. They said they arrested these 3 ladies within, I guess, 11 minutes of them trying to block the exit. But 11 minutes is a long time. You can imagine how backed up it was. Of course, this happened on a weekend when everybody's going to Disney, so it's crowded. But did you guys get a chance to watch some of the videos of people who were like filming? One of the girls actually was filming from her car, and one guy was fired up mad.
All I saw was that somebody said it was a Queers for Palestine group, which befuddles me. Yeah, to think about that. But I guess they're able to put aside a lot of things to support these folks. And they said that they were blocking the traffic, and that you don't win over any friends like that. You're only going to make people
even
really
people who
mad.
are on your side are mad.
Yeah. Even if you go into a museum and you're like throwing a tomato soup can at like a painting, and I think that's really, really dumb. I still am not going to get as upset as I would if you're blocking me in traffic. Like I'm
or if you're making a ruckus during brunch.
Yeah. These are not ways to win people over, I don't think, unfortunately for them.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think that, I think that everybody thought that once graduations happened and things started to settle down and college kids went home, maybe, we wouldn't see as much of this. It's going to be an interesting summer to see how much of this sort of like boils over into the summer months and how passionate these people are to want to continue. And even, I'm sure you guys have seen this, but a lot of the graduation ceremonies, some of them have been canceled, but others that have not, some of the kids are walking across the stage, and one kid, held up a pro-Palestinian or a Palestinian flag, and one girl ripped up her diploma, and some kids walked out. I think I was just watching on the Duke graduation. Some of the kids walked out of the Duke graduation, and so I don't know. It's
Seinfeld, right?
Right.
Yeah, during Jerry Seinfeld, and I don't know. It's because Jerry Seinfeld is Jewish that they walked out. I don't know, but I don't know. It's just, and it'll be interesting to see how much of this.
Did this happen on your daughter's campus at all that you know of, or
you know what she said? There was a little bit, but not much. I don't know if you guys saw the viral video of the protesters. Had one of the greens there at Florida State. The protesters had put folding chairs over the sprinkler system because they had now Florida State says the sprinkler system was going to come on anyway, but I think the protesters thought that it was intentional, so they took these folding chairs and put them over the sprinklers. Well, this one guy was walking by and he took the folding chairs off the sprinklers, and of course then the protesters got all wet. So
God.
yeah, did you see that? It was
I didn't.
I mean, not funny. Like I felt bad for but
I saw some of the similar incidents that were happening. I think a lot of those have winded down, obviously. Is it summertime now officially for some of these colleges?
Yeah, Florida State. The kids at Florida State are out, and they got hit with some serious tornadoes on Friday. Some pretty bad damage up there in Tallahassee on the Florida State campus. So, but all the kids for the most part are done, and then summer sessions will start here in a week or two.
Yeah. Is your daughter going to be coming home for the summer back to the house?
She's home.
Oh,
she's welcome back.
Yeah, I know it does.
How do you feel about that? Are you're already ready for school to start back up again, or
it's hard? Okay, so here's where it gets hard, Sean. Is that so? She's been away at college for a year now, right?
Yeah, right.
And she has complete and total freedom when she's at college. But then when they come home, they're back in your house. So it's very hard to.
She wants the freedom.
Yeah, did you catch her cracking open a beer in the kitchen? You like it, freedom?
Well, no, not that bad. But I mean, just like me putting rules back in place. Like, okay, well, can you please be home by midnight? Like, mom has to go to bed, and I don't want to be up worrying about you all night, right? You know what I mean? Like, just that kind of stuff. Or she wanted to go downtown on Cinco de Mayo and hang out with her friends, and I'm just like.
Oh, well, what a shock. A college girl wanted to go downtown for Cinco de Mayo. Of course she did.
I mean, come on. It's the first year.
Amy, she could have run into me. I was around there on Cinco de Mayo.
That would have been strange. I know your mom.
Oh, C-Lane, by the way, I found the place where people go and party and also have their babies along with them. I found the place.
Is it a brewery? Because there's a lot of kids at breweries.
There's a place. They just opened up another location. It's not too far from me, and it's called A La Carte. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
And it's well, maybe they moved it or something, because this one just opened, and it's fantastic. And it's a bunch of food trucks.
Is it like a giant food hall?
Yeah, it's food trucks, and
I saw that.
It's all outdoors, and then there's a big grassy area where kids are running around and playing and stuff. And everybody on the planet with a kid was out there with a kid in one hand and a beer in the other this week. And I said, this is the place to go to still be able to party when you got the kids here.
I saw some pictures of that just a few days ago. It looks really cool.
It was great. Yeah, it was really, really cool. And
that's the place with the chicken where you don't get the medium, right? It's really, really hot chicken.
Yeah. I think so. I think they got all kinds of options.
Spicy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even the medium is ruin your day.
But you're right, C-Lane. It seems like the breweries and that type of place are the spots to go where you're like, hell yeah, we can still do this.
Because it's not a bar, I felt a little weird taking young 6-month-old Jackson to Wally's for Sabrina's birthday.
Sweet
but
boy.
It was during the day, and it was fine. But, it's not like a...
Oh, and it was my present, and I was very excited.
There's food at these places.
That's sweet.
It seems more respectable.
Yeah, sure.
It does. Yeah, I'm with that, too.
And
did you guys see I guess they're going to move the Ace Cafe. Well, it shut down, the one in downtown, but they're going to move it, I guess, maybe to Sanford. So that would be kind of cool. Sanford's really got a lot of up-and-coming, hot spots, breweries, bars, restaurants. So
let's just get that Sunrail going during the weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm there.
Yes. I know.
Never been on a Sunrail in my entire life, and I don't know if I ever will. That's not the one that goes down to Miami, right? What's the one
that's Brightline?
That's
the Brightline I'm with. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Sunrail's in town.
Well,
but yeah, weekends would be awesome. I mean, sometimes they'll do it for special occasions, but Lionel Messi's coming this week, so
really?
People probably be taken.
They'll roll the red carpet. They'll sunrail for him
all day.
That guy's another level of famous. All right, Amy Caulfield from
Love
Fox
you guys.
35.
Yeah.
There she goes.
Love you, Amy.
Nobody better out there. And you can see her amazing setup over there on the stream. Good crew over at Fox 35, keeping everything rolling. No matter where you listen to the show, you should start your day with Amy. And there's all sorts of news that you need to know at fox35orlando.com. So when you wake up, remember that. Visit the website, peruse what's going on in the world, and then join us here afterwards each and every day. So there she goes. Amy, we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys. Love you. See you soon.
Amy Caulfield. Make sure you're supporting her. Follow her on all the social medias. Do all that good stuff. We're going to get to you and your dispatches. We've got the next episode on the way, just a bit and a whole lot more. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Heading through the city on I-4 this afternoon, delays westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Slowdowns on I-4 before Champions Gate and between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive westbound near Rouse Road. Around the perimeter of I-4, traffic is up to speed on State Road 429 in the Greenway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
Let the professionals at Fence Outlet save you time and money. We handle everything from the free estimate to the install. We do it all, and you get 0% financing. So come into Fence Outlet or visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Wayne Newton, Mr. Las Vegas, live June 2nd inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. Unlike any show Mr. Las Vegas has done before. Hear never before told stories of one of the most celebrated entertainers of all time, as well as singing crowd favorites and playing an assortment of instruments he has perfected over the years. On sale now at hardrocktampa.com or Ticketmaster.com. Wayne Newton, live Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-200-1966. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-200-1966. That's 800-200-1966 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Real Radio has your chance to win a dream home makeover. Up for grabs are a bathroom remodel, flooring, solar, roofing, and large appliances. Register now for your chance to win a $10,000 gift certificate for a bathroom remodel from DeBest Floors and more. There are 5 different contests with each category offering its own unique benefits for improving your home to create the perfect living space. Get more details and enter at realradio.fm/contest.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Kick off your summer with iHeart 80s. Rewind to a decade in music that defined a generation. From Madonna to Michael. And more. iHeart 80s. iHeart 80s goes commercial-free all Memorial Day weekend and every weekend. Open the free iHeart app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The only radio show strong enough to fight off a Category 5 hurricane.
Trump was in New Jersey this weekend. There's 100,000 people there, which is wild to me and should be frightening for the Biden administration because it's starting to look more and more clear that Trump is going to win this thing and going to be president again. And
That's
that crowd
crazy.
is a huge, well, here we are.
That's insane.
A crowd of 100,000 people show up, and Trump was talking about hot dogs for a while. And
oh, did he go on one of his little tangents?
yeah, he starts talking about like hot dogs.
Off script. My turn.
And he's just, totally off script. He's just winging it out there. And there's 100,000 people eating up every word, literally. And no pun intended.
They got the Hebrew nationals, the Jews and their hot dogs.
he's talking about hot dogs and I guess maybe inflation and stuff. I don't know. I would say I don't know that he eats a hot dog, but he does have a taste for like peasant foods still, even though he's got some monies. He does seem to like the well done steak, the McDonald's, the KFC,
I know
the Taco
menu better than you do.
He's big into it.
Hot dogs. Let's talk about hot dogs. I just had one, actually. I just had one. It was very good. I hope it was made here. I don't know.
Who are the people that cheer at these weird lines?
It doesn't matter what he says.
Like if he says,
could talk in Sims, and they would soon be like, okay, great.
If Trump says build the wall, and you're like, hell yeah, build the wall. We got to do something about immigration issues in this country. We get it. But when Trump says hot dogs, let's talk.
Hot dogs. Woo!
What is the person? What does the sign say? The person that's holding his mugshot.
It says
"Never surrender."
Yeah, never surrender. For a mugshot, that's a little odd.
Yeah, he actually showed up to
It's all
take
right.
the mugshot.
It was a quick flip, same day delivery. Come on.
There's a lot of people at this rally. 100,000 people in Wildwood, New Jersey. My God, man, he's got some momentum going on.
Hot dogs.
Hot
Let's
dogs.
talk about hot dogs. I just had one, actually.
Let's not.
I just had one. It was very good. I hope it was made here. I don't know. You know, it was very good. Frank Sinatra told me a long time ago, never eat before you perform. I said, I'm not performing. I'm a politician, if you can believe it. I hate to be called a politician.
What?
I like I'm a businessman much better, but I guess I'm a politician.
He veers down so many roads. He's like, we'll talk about hot dogs for a little while, and then
Frank Sinatra. And
Frank
then,
Sinatra, but I'm not.
A politician, however, technically former president of the United States. But
Yeah, you
I'd
might
like to
say
be more
both.
businessman.
Sea Witch on YouTube says there were not 100,000 people there, maybe 30,000 at the most. More than half walked out while he was speaking. This is from the Associated Press. I trust the Associated Press more than I trust you and whatever numbers you've ended up on. There's no point in doing this. Like, there's a weird thing that a bunch of lefties are doing out there, and it's like, what, we're playing at pretend land. If the dude pulls in 100,000 people in New Jersey, just go, okay, we better step up our game in New Jersey. Don't go like, we'll pretend that he had a smaller number than that. He drew in a big crowd, whether you like him or not. There was a whole bunch of people there. The Associated Press says 100,000 people showed up at this event to hear him talking about hot dogs.
What's the point of showing up just to walk out, though? Like,
I don't know.
Most people, not all, because I know that people do show up to these things either from the other side of the spectrum or, from a place of just wanting to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd think like 90% plus of the people are there because they're fans of former President Trump.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not like he would say anything wild to make half of them walk out.
Hot dogs, Frank Sinatra.
like he would in the middle of it go, you know what? Speaking of hot dogs, I'm thinking about actually opening the border up. I want more people to rush across the border. And I think that we need to allow everybody to have free abortions.
Yeah, for sure. And also buy yourself a Trump dog, available for $59.95 right there on Trump.com.
No, he's hawking his shoes these days. The Trump shoes those are on.
Wait. I thought the shoes came before the Bibles.
There's
Shoes were
another
before the
pair.
Bibles,
I think there's another pair of shoes because there was a commercial for the shoes I saw this weekend, and I was like, okay, man, they're
That way you want for
stretching
your
out.
birthday, Sean?
No, I'm okay.
Man, when he did the first run of shoes and SNL did a commercial for the Trump shoes, they drilled it. It was just like that. You became Trump, and like you could just convince everybody that they were wrong.
Yeah, it's something to behold. Where's he going with all this?
Because we did great in 2016.
Hot dog!
Hot dog!
Hot dog!
Is he like a hot dog vendor who's,
Hot dog!
or is that guy just excited about hot dogs? I brought it back.
Politician. Because we did great in 2016, we did much better in 2020. A lot better. We got millions more votes. So I guess.
Bro, they got advertisements for ivermectin on
And
the
Z-Pack?
That's awesome. All right. MakeCareGreatAgain.com. It's like,
is he vested?
I don't know. I don't know what that is. But I've never seen that
This
before.
time, and I will say this, the spirit that we have this time blows both of them away. You know why? Because you're still like me, but you saw what the alternative is. The alternative is not a good thing. But I just had the best hot dog, so I said, Frank, I'm sorry. Now, Papa.
What? Is he talking to the ghost of Frank Sinatra?
I don't know. But he's talking about hot dogs. And then I like how he wrapped it all up. He's like, anyways, I just had a great hot dog.
Yeah.
Want to let you know.
Well, let's talk about those immigrants.
There we go. You got a handful of months here. People are not talking about the election at this point as much as I thought they would be. So we got like May to June, June to July, July to August, August to September, September to October. Okay, so we got, handful of months left. So maybe it's not close enough, so people are obsessing over this, but I thought there'd be more about this. I thought people would be more conversations about the election. I guess we're trying to just pretend none of this is happening, at least for right now.
They were
Real quick,
exhausted.
Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Cheryl says about the toothpaste guy that started off the show today. Most dentists will tell you to mix hydrogen peroxide and baking soda for a super clean toothpaste, especially if you have any bleeding or slight irritation, and it works like a charm, says Cheryl. Kim emails, and I was talking about Junkie Cat. It says, my Bengal cat had the same issues, and they said he could only be on a science diet cat food for urinary health. I did some research and found out it's a lie. 9 Lives has the same urinary care and its food for half the price. I just couldn't understand it. Veterinarians, hit me up. Put me on the straight and narrow here. It seems like you're vested. Why are you gatekeeping a cat food? Is there people out there who are abusing urinary tract infection cat foods? Is there people who are getting those that don't need them? Are they like buying them and giving them to the cat that they don't? What's happening here?
I got a guy. You want? Let's call my guy, my urinary tract infection cat food guy.
I might need that guy because I'm looking at this and I'm going, why is there a gatekeeper between me and cat food for urinary tract
I'm
issues?
sure that you could find something that would be just as beneficial as the prescribed one. But it takes some research. Probably would take a couple weeks for it to get shipped over.
No,
it's all a big industry, man.
We've done that. We looked at the ingredients of the one that we have, and then a version you could buy on Amazon, and there's stuff that's all pretty much the same.
Yep.
But then is our veterinarian lying to us? Are they vested in some way to sell us the prescription food, and then their prescription? Like, do they actually make money? Because that's not good. It's like I want to go into my veterinarian just like I want to go to my doctor and just know that you're telling me what's right, not what is going to pay you off the most. That's concerning to me. I don't like that. I wish that we didn't have in our medical fields any doctors that were vested, right? I don't want the doctor to go, well, you could just get the regular stuff on Amazon, but I'm going to tell you, if you love your cat, get the stuff that's $80 a bag and spend that on this cat food. Veterinarians, tell me why I'm wrong. I'm more than happy to be wrong on this. Seems a little vested. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
Oh, damn it.
Uh-oh. There it is.
On the next episode, a recent study revealed all the things on movies and TVs that confuse non-Americans, but confusing everyone in the world is that baby on the concert floor. The Grim Reaper spent the weekend snagging veteran stunt actors, but also a full award show. Plus, move over, Cocaine Bear. There's a new cocaine-fueled monster in town, and it's out for blood and blow. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up this Monday on The Jim Colbert Show, we'll talk with Ray Trinley from TK Law. Messi is coming to Orlando, and we'll get Orlando City update with Brandon Kravitz. The winner of JCS Trivia will get to pick concert tickets of their choice between Santana and Counting Crows or the Doobie Brothers. All of that plus 4 shots at winning $1,000. Plus, your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Monday forecast. And for today, it will be a warm day with temperatures climbing into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees with a high of 89 degrees today in Orlando. Rain and storm chances will be on the rise, especially as our sea breeze really gets going. That will take place by about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, with better chances of scattered to more widespread rain arriving as we get closer towards sunset and into the evening. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Early Learning Coalition of Osceola County.
Want to give your child a learning experience that's free, fun, and gets them ready for the future? The voluntary pre-kindergarten program is your answer. It's available at no cost to any 4-year-old child residing in the state of Florida. Visit our website at elcosceola.org. That's elcosceola.org.
Chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so let that mortgage guy Don help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. If you have a quote already, you can get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare quote button and Don will review your quote today. He's going to let you know if you got the best deal or make sure to get you the best deal. He's looking out for you. What local business do you know with over 1,000 5-star reviews? Oh, that mortgage guy Don does. And that means he is a friend that has your best interest in mind. So get the process started today and have peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with That Mortgage
MortgageGuyDon.com. Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah!
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate our members who go above and beyond every single day. That's why we thought you might want to hear some special thank you messages from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother AZ1 Archie Castillo.
Hi, I want to give a shout out to my friend Colin, who's currently serving in the Army. Thanks for all you do. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials. But if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman. Instead of talking about how great my law firm is, let's talk about autism awareness. In Central Florida alone, there are thousands of children on the autism spectrum, including my son, Jacob. I'm not asking for a donation, but just a couple seconds of kindness when you see one of our children out in public. It will make a huge difference. If you want or need any information concerning the autism community, contact me at jeff@whenyounneedus.com. Offices, Orlando.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Do you think a tiny chip in your windshield is nothing to worry about? I'm Pascal with SafeLight. Sooner or later, every chip will crack. So don't wait. Schedule at SafeLight.com. We can come to you for free and repair that chip fast. And with most insurance, a chip repair is no cost to you. Don't let that tiny chip crack your whole windshield. Go to SafeLight.com for free mobile service. Conditions may apply.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace. Kick off your summer with iHeart 80s. iHeart 80s goes commercial-free all Memorial Day weekend and every weekend. Open the app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. Free never sounded so good.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with My Name Clay as the promo code at lifelock.com.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
In the world of entertainment and beyond, you can join the show at any time by sending us a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on yours right now. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about? Nothing.
Mortgage Guy Don, talking to all you business owners. Do you want to expand? Well, work with that Mortgage Guy Don. He is doing commercial loans as well, has been doing them for many, many years. And he's an expert, but he also has your best interest in mind. His website, right there, ready for you, thatmortgageguydon.com, chock full of information for you, guides on how to get pre-approved, reliable mortgage information, and, of course, direct access to the man himself. So get the process started today. Peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with that mortgage guy Don.
I'm a robot. It was 48 years ago, 1976. The former singer of this group right here, remix alert.
I don't know.
They're,
Temptation.
The
Supremes.
Lawn Gulls. The opposite of lawn gulls.
Flock of seagulls?
No.
Short?
It's your lawn could also be called your what?
Your grass?
Your
grassroots?
The yardbirds?
Yardbirds is right.
God. That was we did not get where we needed to go there.
But we did eventually. And the singer did not, well, maybe he did go where he wanted to go, because it was on this day 48 years ago that he was electrocuted and died in his home.
Oh, my God.
Now, the legend had it that he was tuning his guitar in the bathtub, as one should not be doing.
Really?
But actually, it was in his basement. He was playing that guitar and using...
He had a bathtub in his basement?
No, he wasn't in the bathtub at all. He was just in his basement using that guitar, but also using a poorly grounded amp.
Damn.
And thus...
fatality.
May he rest in peace. Also resting in peace is one of the actresses, stunt women of this film right here.
Jaws.
Jaws is right, and actress Susan Backliney is dead at the age of 77 years old. She played the shark's very first victim, and now she is in the big...
Was she the naked one?
I'm sorry?
Wait.
Wasn't
there
there
no naked one in Jaws? Was there? Was there nudity in Jaws?
I thought I overheard a conversation, or maybe it was, heard somebody
nude?
talking about this, and I thought that there was like a...
She was skinny dipping.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
was
right.
she? Okay, all right.
Yeah, she got her start in the acting world in 1975 with the role of Chrissy Watkins in Jaws. Now, she's the woman who goes skinny dipping in the ocean in the opening scene. Spoiler alert, then savagely yanked back and forth by the shark before she is shark bait.
Damn.
The scene and Susan's role became iconic when the movie turned into Hollywood's first true blockbuster. Also made millions of people stop swimming in the ocean for a little bit. But now we're back, baby, and she's not. She's in the big ocean of the sky, as we call it.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't?
77 years old. There was an update this morning. What was it? Her husband, Harvey, said she passed away from a heart attack over the weekend. Recalls her as the most amazing person he'd ever met, and will miss her very much.
Oh.
Something also dying, something temporarily, question mark, is the MTV Movie and TV Awards.
Oh.
It is no more.
I'm not super shocked.
I'm surprised they still have the Video Music Awards.
Very true.
Yeah.
But they're learning that they're going to have a hiatus. They completely scrapped it for 2024, but say it's going to return next year. It's not canceled, okay?
I feel like they keep trying to rebrand or reapproach how they do this movie awards, because it was the movie awards for a while. It was a big thing. They had it live, a bunch of celebrities there.
Sure.
I think it wasn't Best Kiss their original idea. Yeah. And then they started getting weird with it. They did one that was weirdly outdoors. They've had ones that didn't seem to have a host.
Right, and then was Drew Barrymore bailed as the host last year in support of the writer's strike.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And, it's been going since 1992.
Holy cow.
So there's the first year that they're going to not
Drew Barrymore bailed as the host, but then came back to her own show and pissed everybody off?
No, I think it was pissed everyone off on the show and then bailed on it. So, and then that weird apology, the sorry, not sorry. So we'll see what happens in 2025. And the beef continues with Drake.
Oh, yeah, and
Kendrick
Lamar.
But apparently it just continues to be hits on not only his career, but his home. He has now requested that Toronto local news stop flying their helicopter over his home for the love of God, while a third intruder has been arrested.
What the hell?
Early last week that we found out about the security guard getting shot.
Yeah.
After someone tried to intrude.
Do you know if they arrested anybody for that? Did they apprehend anybody?
Let me see. I'm not
Call the
seeing
Mounties.
anything that they did. I mean, they also did some digging on TikTok, and apparently his security guard is just one guy, and then the company that's displayed on the van is owned by Drake.
Really?
So, I mean, it's all very sus. And since then, they've had a second intruder. Now a third trespasser has attempted to enter his property, with security managing to detain the man. Am I having a stroke? And escort him off the site. So he has now tweeted out and Instagram storied the Toronto News saying, "Stop flying your helicopter over my damn home." When non-Americans watch American movies and television shows, not everything translates very well. And thanks to the folks over at BuzzFeed, they've given us a list of all the things that are very confusing for non-Americans. Drake being Canadian, that was my segue. Our obsession with Halloween is a little weird to everybody else.
Oh, people don't celebrate Halloween super hard
They don't
overseas?
get it, or why we have it all up in our TVs and movies. The use of the word "like." One person asked if it's just a reality TV thing, and sadly it's not. It appears that the type of people who end up on reality shows are among the most egregious abusers of the word, but it happens to be in scripted TV and movie as well.
Are you saying putting like in like this and like that? And
yeah.
he went to the store, and then I got to
That's how people talk, though.
But not non-Americans.
Oh, they don't. Okay.
According to the survey, the fake baby school assignments is very strange to non-Americans. Also,
what's that? I don't understand.
Where you have the bag of flour, where you have to hold an egg, and it's a TV and movie trope that is not used anywhere else but America.
I think my fake baby's name was Trevon.
Oh, wow.
I never had the fake baby. They said, just don't have sex before you get married. And I listened for the most part. How we never say goodbye when we hang up the phone. I noticed that a long time ago, and I hate it so much. But then again,
we never say goodbye?
In TV and movies. How they will just end a conversation, but they don't say, "All right, gotta go," or "Talk to you later." It's just hang up the phone in the middle of a sentence.
Right.
C-Lane, do you watch TV or movies?
Yeah, I just never. I mean, is that something that's going to annoy the hell out of me now that you've pointed it out? Because I don't really.
You'll never not notice it moving forward. The way kids play trees and other inanimate objects in school plays is very strange to non-Americans. How we try to stop natural disasters is also very strange for non-Americans.
True.
And then sending Christmas card family photos. There are literally 10 of them on any fridge at any given moment. Or for me personally, I've used a couple of those and baby announcements to roll up very legal medical marijuana. So,
all right.
Stop confusing those non-Americans. And my time has run out. I had a song. Someone put a baby on the floor of a Taylor Swift concert.
Okay.
And now people are wondering why.
Fair question.
No answers, by the way. This was in Paris. They were both there. Babysitters, even when they offered to pay more, this is royalty-free music. So they put their baby on the floor. On the baby on the floor. Baby on the floor. There's a baby on the floor at the Taylor Show. Baby on the floor. I didn't write any more lyrics.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
What Taylor Swift song is that?
That's a royalty-free song.
Oh.
So, hopefully I wasn't muted on YouTube.
And once you said that, I stopped. Hopefully it doesn't.
Oh, they didn't hear the first part?
Well, at the beginning, I thought it was actually the same song. Abraham says, why are parodies muted? Because the YouTube algorithm doesn't know the difference between the two. It doesn't understand.
Moving forward, I'll say, this is a royalty-free song.
Yeah,
that I'm using.
That works.
On the boob tube, don't have time to tell you, so follow your dreams on me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day. Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, I heard real quick. Actually, I'll tell you a little bit later because I don't have time to do it now. I don't want to run too. I don't want to run too far behind. Somebody who's been disappeared for quite some time though has resurfaced, and it's kind of crazy that this is happening, but it is. We'll talk about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. The 2024 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 14th through the 27th in Lock Haven Park. Tickets available now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's slowdowns all throughout I-4 this afternoon before Champions Gate between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535 through the city between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Slowdowns on Colonial Drive by the interstate, and authorities are clearing up an accident on Edgewater Drive between Forest City Road and Lee Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Real Radio has your chance to win a dream home makeover. Up for grabs are a bathroom remodel, flooring, solar, roofing, and large appliances. Register now for your chance to win a $10,000 gift certificate for new flooring at D-Best Floors and more. There are 5 different contests with each category offering its own unique benefits for improving your home to create the perfect living space. Get more details and enter at realradio.fm/contests.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed, all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. As the weather starts to warm up, keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com.
today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Let's watch TV. What do you want to watch? Big Bang.
It's one of my all-time favorites.
It's Big May on CW18.
Every night at 7 o'clock.
Bang, bang. And it doesn't get any bigger than the Big Bang.
Sounds like a party.
Did someone say party? Party's my middle name.
Let the good times roll.
Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah, this is it.
The Big Bang Theory. Weeknights at 7, 7:30, and 11. Part of Big May on CW18.
Still funny.
From sunrise to sunset, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered. Mornings from 7 to 10. Start your day with Central Florida's most accurate forecast from First Warning meteorologist Kelly Ann Klass.
You'll always have a clear view of what's ahead.
Then tonight at 10, get caught up and know what's happening now with Stuart, Michelle, Tony, and Darren.
It's all in a day's work, and our work never stops.
AM or PM, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK, B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the...
Three and a half years has returned, and we'll get into who that is in just a moment here. I wanted to talk about something I heard this weekend, which is pretty crazy to think about. But Taylor Swift, I don't know why this tour just continues and goes on and on and on and on and on. She's in Paris, I guess, as of late. Dead. Yeah, maybe not. And in Paris, they said there was like a stunning amount of Americans who came to Paris to watch Taylor Swift's concert. And there's an interesting reason why.
It's cheaper?
Yeah, when all the Taylor Swift mayhem was going on.
Took the wind out of your sails, huh?
Well, I'll get there. All these parents had kids that were like, Mom, you got to take me to the Taylor Swift show. I just can't miss this.
I want to go now.
And Mom's like, tickets are $3,000 a pop. We're not going to do that. They came up with another solution. You see, in France, it is illegal to sell tickets for more than face value. Oh. It is illegal.
It used to be like that here.
Yeah, you don't own the tickets like you do in the United States, where if I own a ticket, I could do whatever I want with that ticket. I can resell that ticket. I could sell it for a premium over face value. In France, you cannot do that. Whatever you pay for face value for a ticket, that's the most that you could sell it for. So then the ticket cost was face value, whatever Taylor Swift was charging for regular tickets to the show in Paris. So these families found that it was cheaper for them to have a whole ass vacation to Paris, including going to see Taylor Swift's concert with their kids while they were there, than to see it in the United States because of the markup in ticket prices.
I'm pretty sure that's it wasn't Paris, but I'm pretty sure Ryan Holmes just did that with Blink 182.
Really?
Where and it was right around the time that we were talking about Blink, because they had like outrageous pricing. Even face value, it seemed, was like pretty crazy just to see Blink 182. Mm-hmm. And but like did the math, and it was like, all right, for that same money, we can go to Germany or somewhere and watch them there and have the experience of, oh, we get to go on this vacation now too.
Is it, though, a lesson to us? Like, should we bring that back? So in the United States, yes, you can buy whatever you want. And I know land of the free, home of the brave, and all that good stuff. I'm a red-blooded American. Yeah. But should we make it so we have that same rule here again, so that the ticket prices go back to normal? They come back down to earth.
They'll never do that.
If we did that, would the artists then go, okay, now that they can't mark up the prices anymore, we'll mark it up on our side and make it more expensive because we know they're willing to pay that?
But I mean, the artist doesn't benefit from the third part for the third. What do you call it? The third market, right?
Third party providers.
Yeah, that's the merch. Honestly,
Yes.
when they go on tour, the biggest thing is going to be the merch for them.
Yeah, they make money off the ticket sales themselves, but once it's sold, and the whole aftermarket stuff is StubHub and all those, SeatGeek and all those people who make a mint off of people selling stuff
Those
like
guys
that.
are printing money.
And I'm a super big free market guy, like that markets handle things themselves, but this doesn't feel like a fair market to me. It feels like instead of all the tickets going on sale and everybody having equal access to them, the tickets go on sale and companies with robots and all sorts of stuff meant to scoop up the tickets, buy them, and then make money by simply selling them for a premium afterwards. I think that actually, I hate to say this out loud, I think France has it right here. I think that it's a better move for you to limit this so that we don't have these, like, all of a sudden, like 50% of the ticket sales are happening on the third party websites, right? Like, how many times
Of
has
course,
it
and
been
there was a bunch of people over the weekend. I forget what show it was. I just saw the headline that bought tickets on StubHub, and they were phonies. And the whole thing, I thought with StubHub was that it was verified resold tickets, you know?
Yes, yeah.
And so they found themselves getting denied for a concert they had intended to go, paid money for, on a quote-unquote reputable website.
But
They get
StubHub,
screwed.
I mean, unless there's a huge problem, I think StubHub is usually able to get you into something if you were sold a fake ticket.
If
or
they have
something's not
other
working.
tickets, yeah. If they have another ticket that they can take a hit on.
A friend of mine he's a huge Cubs fan, so this was very important to him. He spent huge money on StubHub to get a ticket into one of the World Series games at Wrigley Field.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't working, and he called them. He had spent like 3 or 4 figures, I think.
Oh, my God.
And he's a big gambling addict, so
got it.
It's right there. And when he called them, he and bitched at him about it. They ended up getting him not only into the game at Wrigley Field, but like much better seats too.
Yeah. Well, Decon on YouTube says, yes, quite simply, the system is now set up to take advantage of people. I don't know. I mean, this is a tough one because, as I said, I'm big on free markets are good in almost all situations. But in this one, is it really? Everything is hyper expensive right now. It's very, very costly to go to theme parks and do stuff like that. To go to concerts is the same. And if this was the marketplace, if the marketplace was that everybody who had an intention to go see a concert in town bought all the tickets, right? But then some of those people said, actually, I don't think I can make it. I've got an event that I have to be at, or there's something else I want to go to that night, or there's an emergency or whatever. And then they sold the ticket to somebody else. That would be fine. But what we have here is like 50, 60, 70% of the ticket sales solely being from people who are trying to make more money off of a fan base because they know that they'll pay it. So the original people who buy the tickets at face value, I believe a majority of them sometimes are not even intending to go to the show to begin with. So it seems broken. It seems like it's a screwed up marketplace when you can have a vacation in Paris with your family for more than you could just go to see Taylor Swift in Atlanta. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now.
Here's the thing that I like. I mean, obviously, I don't like that the way how much it's blown up is making everything just way outrageously priced.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that there's never a situation where you're 100% never getting into this concert.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a price.
Yeah, you're right. You could still get access to it.
I mean, it used to be if a concert sold out, you didn't get there in time. It was like you weren't seeing it. You weren't seeing it.
Or sometimes there'd be scalpers out front, old school style. With like, hey, get your tickets. CNJ Forge on YouTube says, who is being taken advantage of? People who are willing to pay exorbitant prices? Here's what it is. It's not about necessarily being taken advantage of. It's about a key thing, which is fairness. And it's an unfair setup for poor people who would just like to get a ticket to go to a show. Right? Because other people who have some income that's disposable, those people, whatever, I'll buy the ticket for $400 or $500. I'll get to go to the show, and it wasn't a big deal for me. But if you don't have money, there's so many things that you just can't do. Mm-hmm. If you live in a lower middle income to low income household, you are probably never going to a theme park in your life. You're just not. It's too expensive.
Or you go that one time. And it's all right, we're going to wait 4 hours to go on one ride, and we have to go home now.
You got to go on the day where there's some deal. You're not staying at any of the theme park hotels. It's so hard. And if you're a poor family and you just want to go see a concert, and all the people who aren't even fans gobble up the tickets ahead of time, that seems to me to be unfair. Right? That's what I mean by all of this. It seems to be unfair. And I like trying to fix things that are unfair. After 3.5 years, he's back and has been posting on social media. His name is Keith Gill, but you may not know him by that. You may not know him by his other name either. But Roaring Kitty is back on social media.
Oh,
and
what was wrong?
The guy from the GameStop thing.
That's
he was
right.
The whole movie about him and stuff. He had, when he was like, I'm hodl. I'm not selling. Here's my proof that I'm not selling.
I loved that movie. I just recently saw it. I thought it was
pretty good.
Great.
I like the actor in that movie. I find him to be really good. He was just in something else we watched. Hang on. Let me see. GameStop movie. I forgot what it was, but he was just in something else.
Money?
Dumb Money. Dumb Money is the name of the movie.
That's the GameStop one.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. But he was just in something different. I'm trying to.
About Paul Dano? No, not Pete Davidson.
No, Paul
He's
Dano.
done some weird roles, though, in the past.
Yeah, he just did something we watched that was totally different.
He was in Little Miss Sunshine, There Will Be Blood, 12 Years a Slave.
I forgot about him in Little Miss Sunshine.
But there was one recently, and I feel like we're talking about the same movie, Sean, where he was mad creepy in it. Like,
yeah.
Oh,
man. I'm trying to find it here. God, he's been in so many big movies. This is one of those guys who just is in a lot of stuff, but not a lot of people know him by his name necessarily.
you know that face. He was also in The Girl Next Door. He was the one, I believe, that volunteered to be in the educational porn film.
Right, okay. He's been in a lot of stuff, and he's really good in that for sure. But the guy who he was portraying in that movie, Dumb Money, he's back. He disappeared. For years, he just faded away. And now, as a result of him just memeing a little bit, he posted a couple of memes, and stocks are like going up because he's teasing things. He's like, "Oh, you thought I was done? We're just getting started." Like these kind of memes. So we'll see if they try to do another run on GameStop.
That movie was great, and it was fascinating to see how, like, what they gained. Just these normal people.
The
Just
portrayal
listening to this guy.
of the billionaires was fun
Was
because
great. Was that Seth Rogen, right?
Seth Rogen was one of them, and I forgot who was the other billionaire in Dumb Money.
Vince D'Onofrio?
Maybe it might have
He
been.
played
but
Steve Cohen.
You kept seeing them, and they're like, "We'll squash these people. These are losers, amateurs. They have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea who they're up against." And then you see him just, "How much did you lose today, honey? How much did you lose today, honey?" And he's like,
We're millionaires.
getting crushed.
Multi-millionaires.
Yeah, and then you see on the other side the meme stock guy, Roaring Kitty, who's just, his wife's like, "Wait, how much money? How much money?" It's good, and he's back now online. So we'll see what happens as a result of that. Okay, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll get into something that Piers Morgan has been up to that I think is really stupid and a very bad idea. Also, we'll talk about why I was out last week for just a bit, and we'll get to your dispatches. We got jury duty coming up. We got a lot of stuff on a Monday, and it's coming up next. So the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Yeah, you got to get them a rampon.
Anyway.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
The right lane is blocked due to an accident on Colonial Drive westbound at I-4, and authorities are still working on that accident on Edgewater Drive southbound between Forest City Road and Lee Road. You could expect your regular delays where Vines Street meets John Young Parkway and slowdowns on I-4 before Champions Gate. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Spring into deals at Lowe's with up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select LG major appliances. Offer valid through 5/15. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I'm concerned about my water heater.
If your concern is of a serious nature, press 1. If it's more of a frivolous matter, press 2.
Doesn't even make sense.
Just press 1 or 2.
Fine.
Fine. What are you so concerned about?
My water heater's like 15 years old, and I'm worried it might...
Oh, this is exciting. Has it burst yet?
Well, no, but...
Only a matter of time. Hey, everyone, 15-year-old water heater, place your bets.
Are you laying odds on when my tank will fail?
Have to make this call interesting somehow.
This would never happen at Frank Gay.
True enough. So, $10 buy-in. What's your guess?
Guess I should have called Frank Gay.
When you need a new water heater, it's no time to gamble. You want your problem fixed fast before it turns into a bigger one. That's the Frank Gay way.
I've got a side bet you'll hang up and call Frank Gay in 3, 2, I win!
FrankGayServices.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Season 1 of the Girlfriends podcast followed a group of remarkable women as they brought down an ex-boyfriend seeking justice for Gail Katz. Season 2, The Girlfriends Our Lost Sister, follows their quest to reveal the identity of a woman misidentified as Gail during her murder investigation.
It's almost like it's become this moral obligation to find her.
Listen to The Girlfriends Our Lost Sister on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Girlfriends Our Lost Sister to start listening.
I feel occasional burning and stabbing in my hands as I age.
I sometimes feel numbness and tingling in my feet as I get older.
It's starting to get in the way of doing what I love.
At Nervive, we hear you, and we can help. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use.
Now that I know, I'm taking control.
Try Nervive Nerve Relief and say yes to healthy nerves.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Kick off your summer with iHeart 80s. Rewind to a decade in music that defined a generation. From Madonna to Michael. And more. iHeart 80s goes commercial-free all Memorial Day weekend and every weekend. Open the free iHeart app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Injured, hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's
And I mostly remember because Courtney texted it to me. But we're talking about the actor Paul Dano, who a lot of people don't know him by his name, but he's in like a ton of stuff, and he's a really good actor.
If you've seen Little Miss Sunshine, he's the son that was having this vow of silence at first during the movie, and then once he finds out he's colorblind and he can't join the Air Force, he freaks out.
And he's in a bunch of other big movies that everybody had seen before at some point. He's like a nice level of fame where he's super respected, I would imagine, among his peers in Hollywood. But I wouldn't guess that if he walked through like a busy place, everybody would automatically know exactly who he was. I think he has a little tiny bit of anonymity, even though he's so public and been in some of these things. The movie that I was thinking of that we watched with him in it that I loved, it's called Ruby Sparks. And I don't know if either of you have seen that, but Ruby Sparks, he plays like this genius writer.
I saw an ad for a Ruby Sparks on a back page once.
This is a different one. This is totally different. He plays a genius writer in this movie. We just saw it not that long ago. Totally recommend it for everybody, Ruby Sparks. And the genius writer, the problem is he wrote this one book that is like legendary, and he can't come up with his second big book. So people are like, does he have anything left? And he gets inspired, and he starts writing his second book, and it's about like him falling in love with this dream girl. And then all of a sudden, the dream girl comes to life, and she's like in his house, and he has to try to like convince other people around him that this is happening. And then he realizes, like, you know, I can write her into be, I could go to the book and write things in there and change her and make her better, quote unquote. Really good movie, really fun movie for sure. If you haven't seen that, Ruby Sparks, definitely worth watching. I was wondering if it was going to be cheesy or if they weren't going to pull it off well, but it was super good and interesting as a movie. Okay, real quick, I just want to get this out there and we'll move on. But last week, obviously, Celia and Sabrina stepped up and I was out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I was going to try to come back Friday, but I was like, this is a bad idea. And it was. I'm glad that I was able to have an additional day there and like sort of get everything done and process things. But for those of you who don't know, I have a sister who is 5 years older than me. And when I was young, like 12 years old, my sister ran away, and she moved to Fort Lauderdale with like some friends and stuff. And she has so many crazy stories from this time. Like she didn't live with, but hung out with Marilyn Manson a lot, and so he's a total asshole. And she had,
I was going to say it's probably a good idea she didn't live with him, from what I've heard.
Yeah, not the greatest guy from what I've been told. And she didn't get along well with my dad. So I remember as I was just a 12-year-old kid, when she ran away, I was like, it like rocked my world. And so I was kind of, although I'm not a guy like this, I was pretty close to my sister in a way. And when my sister was 19, she found out she was really sick, really, really, really sick. And she found out that she had gotten hepatitis C from a tattoo needle. And those of you who don't have any experience with that, it's a really terrible, terrible thing. And she was not doing well. She had to get a liver transplant. And that this is the reason why I'm an organ donor, and I'll always be an organ donor. And she got, I remember the story was like, we're not going to tell you too much about this kid, but it's a young kid that got into a car accident, and we're able to use his liver. And then my sister came home, and she got better and better and better. And then it was like it never happened. You know, she grew up and was doing well. And a lot of you might not know this, but it's not like when you get an organ transplant, you're good to go. It doesn't last for the rest of your life. A liver only lasts like 10 to 20 years, and usually that's on the high side. And it had been well over that since she had gotten the liver transplant. And so she was just getting like more and more sick, and it was super tough to watch. But she told me that she didn't want to try to get another transplant. She didn't want to go through any of that stuff. She didn't. And it's tough to hear things like that because you don't want to badger a person. You know what I mean? Like, of course. You want to you want the person to be okay and to feel good and to be healthy, but when they make a decision, then you don't want to be somebody just badgering them the whole time. So anyway, she made the decision that she was done, and she didn't want to struggle through it, and it may not have worked anyways. And so she passed on Wednesday, and it was probably the toughest week of my life, just for me dealing with all of that and talking to her in the final days. I told Sabrina and Celine there was a crazy moment where she was not like with it in hospice, and she started like talking to my mother. Of course, my mother passed a while ago, and she didn't know where she was and stuff. And all of a sudden, my phone rings like a couple days after this, and it's my sister, and she's like totally lucid, like talking like normal, just like totally normal. And so I got to have like a really great conversation with her there, and then I talked to her the next day as well, and I was able to connect and stuff. But it's tough, and when for some reason it was way harder than my parents and dealing with all that. This was much more difficult because I think it was because she was so young. But yeah, dealing with all that stuff sucks, and
there's no like other way to put it.
No,
it sucks, and there's no preparation for it, and the weight of it. You don't like. You can hear about it from other people that are very close to you. You've experienced death in your life, but then something like this happens, and it shakes you. And that you don't have anything but time to sit in it, and I think eventually heal. But of course, it's hard. It's so
time
hard.
is the only thing that does it too. And they talk about like, what is it, the 5 stages of grief. And you used to think like, well, I start here, and then I go through all of these different stages of grief, and at the end of the rainbow, all is well. I think you experience like all 5 of them at the same time. I think it's like just you go from being angry to being sad to like trying to deal with it and rationalize it in your head, and it sucks. So that's why I was out last week. I'll also be off this Friday because my sister's funeral is in South Carolina, where she is, and so that's what was going on last week. I hate to say this. I know it sounds like kind of mean or something. I don't want a bunch of dispatches about this because I don't want to like swim in that over and over. All I've been doing is that for days, like getting all these things ready and making decisions. And, I will tell you a couple of things real quick. One, make sure you have everything in order in your life for if something happens to you, because dying without a will is a messy affair. And you can sum that up. You can fix that in a matter of minutes. You could just go onto a website and you could put those things together, and you don't have to think about it anymore. And that's something that you could easily do. The other is, the laws in this country are as such, when somebody is terminally ill, we just have to watch and we have to wait. And sometimes it takes a short amount of time. Sometimes it takes a really long time. But there's nothing you could do. And each person just has to go through that. And I wish, I know I've ranted about this so many times on the show, but I wish we would revisit that. And that's just personally from me having to see this so many damn times. I look at it and I go, there's got to be a better way to do this. But all right, there you go. I'll leave it at that.
I'm thankful that you got the phone call. And after you told us about that, I was thinking, because I was like, you've been saying for the past couple months that you and Courtney have made like a conscious decision to stow away your phones so that you're not just stuck on your phone. You're not having too much screen time. And I was like really glad it didn't line up so that your sister tried to call you and you like had locked the phone away just so you could watch TV and be together.
I got to tell you, I would look up the time, but I have been a wreck at all this stuff, and I'll just probably start crying, which I don't want to do necessarily. But it was right around that time.
Yeah.
And Courtney and I had a conversation about this. I was like, thank God I didn't put my phone up. Thank God I didn't go put my phone on the charger, because I might not have checked it, and I might not have ever been able to talk to her again. And I was able to have a conversation. I was able to talk to her about a lot of important things.
Sure.
And, she said, I love you to me. We said, I love you to each other. And That's the last thing I got to say to my sister. So to be able to do that and have that moment was everything. I told you guys I would have paid $1 million for it. I'm not kidding. I would paid $1 million in a second for that moment. So I'm glad that I got that. All right. We're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
We'll be back in just a minute. I want to talk about this Piers Morgan thing. We'll get into jury duty, and we will hear from you. You can send us a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on yours right now. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
The Nuggets finally looked like the defending champs as they tied up the series against the T-Wolves. Despite being down 0-2, we should have expected this. Denver has the same team, same coach. The Nuggets took a big first punch, got up, decided to punch Minnesota right back. Now it's the best of 3 for a ticket to the Western Conference Finals. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Who's trial attorney Jeff Kaufman for the law offices of Kaufman Lind? When I first graduated law school over 25 years ago, I had so many ideas of what practicing law would look like. Well, after 25 years, I learned the most important thing I can do is care. There are many nights that I spend thinking about what I can do, how I can make a case better, how I can protect my client. If that works for you and you are in an accident, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. Offices, Orlando.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Do you think a tiny chip in your windshield is nothing to worry about? I'm Pascal with SafeLight. Sooner or later, every chip will crack. So don't wait. Schedule at safelight.com. We can come to you for free and repair that chip fast. And with most insurance, a chip repair is no cost to you. Don't let that tiny chip crack your whole windshield. Go to safelight.com for free mobile service. Conditions may apply.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
May is here, and that means Florida's intense summer is right around the corner. With new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen, you can cut back on energy usage, boost your home's curb appeal, and increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen makes that transition so easy for you thanks to a selection of beautiful, functional replacement windows and doors. And their windows and doors are built solid. That's because Renewal by Andersen's exclusive Fibrix product is chic, tough, easy to maintain, and twice as strong as vinyl. Renewal by Andersen specializes in energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. So save money while beautifying your home with Renewal by Andersen. Now through the end of May, buy 2 windows and or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 1 year. They're locally owned and operated, and everything is made in the USA. Go to rbafla.com for complete details. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Okay, this contract looks good to me. Let me just run it by my lawyer.
Everyone knows that having a good lawyer on hand can be a real game changer, which is why Legal Shield connects you to a vetted law firm in your state for a low monthly fee. Only Legal Shield has been providing this kind of legal peace of mind for over 50 years. Need an experienced set of eyes on that fine print? With Legal Shield, you can say,
Let me run it by my lawyer.
is the dealership giving you a hassle about warranty repairs?
I guess we'll have to talk to our lawyer.
And for that will you've been putting off, you can finally tell your family.
We're good. I had our lawyer take care of it.
Legal Shield isn't AI bots. It's a dedicated group of real lawyers who have your back, no matter what the future brings. All for around the price of those streaming services you don't watch anymore. Sign up at LegalShield.com/radio today. PPLSI does not provide legal representation or advice. See a plan for complete terms.
I feel occasional burning and stabbing in my hands as I age.
I sometimes feel numbness and tingling in my feet as I get older.
It's starting to get in the way of doing what I love.
At Nervive, we hear you, and we can help. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use.
Now that I know, I'm taking control.
Try Nervive Nerve Relief and say yes to healthy nerves. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Power on this spring and summer with Batteries Plus. In stores and online too, you'll find batteries for your car, RV, boat, motorcycle, ATV, golf cart, and more. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture.
When you hear the keywords, make sure you are going over to the website and putting those keywords in so we can get a winner in the keyword competition. We're rooting for you. Make sure that you are paying attention to those, and then make sure somebody earlier said, I saw a phone call coming in from this area code. It's not this. I forgot where they come from when you're a winner. I don't know where the area code. Just pick up everything.
Is Jack outside? Jack knows.
Yeah, I forgot. He's told us before. It's not from here. It might be something like that. But it just answer all calls for the hour after you put that keyword in. Even if you end up with some spam person on the line, you can hang up on them.
Many of you just put every keyword in, so you just have to answer all calls.
Right. True. Yeah, when you answer your phone call, you got a chance on the other end of that phone call for there to be $1,000. So that's a pretty good win right there if you can get it. Make sure you listen to those keywords.
2 people win on Friday.
Oh, really? That's fantastic.
Look at us go.
All right, and because of everything that happened last week, the shirt is still up for a couple of days. So if you want to support the show, you can grab the latest merch drop. It is available for you. It's called the Clouds shirt. And if you go to thenewsjunkie.com, the link is right on top. It couldn't be easier for you to get it in either the light mode or the dark mode. And it has been a very popular design. Each one of them comes with a magnet to play world-famous game of magnets and a sticker as well. And you can represent the show. This is the best way to support us. If you like what you're hearing and enjoy the show, go over to thenewsjunkie.com and rep some merch right now. But these will be up until Wednesday. And then Wednesday at the end of the show, done, over with, gone. And that is in processing after that. What else did I have to clear out here? Oh, the Piers Morgan thing before we get into jury duty.
With Baby Reindeer?
Yeah. What a dumb idea. Or I'm not going to say dumb because content-wise people will be into it. But what a reckless idea to have this woman on his show. This is a woman.
I started to watch it over the weekend.
Yeah?
And it gave me anxiety.
She's
it was
unhinged.
Strange, man.
Everybody knows she's unhinged. She's crazy person that is an actual real life stalker. Platforming stalkers seems like a weird move. I don't know.
Hilarious if she started stalking Piers Morgan now.
Well, apparently started to stalk Netflix Like,
Yeah.
it sent thousands of emails to them.
My
with this
God.
alleged lawsuit that she was going to.
Did she end them sent from my iPhone spelled weird?
Is that what
John,
you did
you
before?
haven't watched it yet?
No, I still have not
buddy,
seen this.
You're in for a real treat.
But I guess you could say that the show kind of glorifies it in some way, but that's on him. That's his story to tell because he had somebody stalking him. And if he wants to put the story out there, fine. I'm cool with that. But Piers Morgan just going out there and finding the crazy person. Is that the part we're at in the media cycle now where we just interview crazy people?
I mean, come on, Sean.
This woman is...
We've done the same.
I've never interviewed a stalker, I don't believe. Have we ever interviewed a stalker of somebody else?
Who's the woman that's
The psycho girl?
admittedly a psychotic?
Yeah, but she's not like a stalker in the same way. She's into the murderer guy, Brian Kohlberger, or whatever his name is. But
I would never remember that guy's name if it didn't have burger in it.
This is not a person who should be famous.
It's the fattest thing I've said in a long time.
This is not a woman who should be famous. It should be just like the TV show made it. So they're like, you're trying to guess who it is, or
I mean, she did her time, did she not?
I have
so
no
in
idea.
the sense of like, if he's making a bank off this story, then why
What
not?
do you mean did her time? Because
I thought she did her time for stalking him.
in
Or
the,
maybe it was her previous stalking.
she's saying that she never. And I think they admitted that she did not get arrested for stalking him.
Okay.
That part of the show was, made up.
And the best part, like when he was in, I only got through like maybe 5 minutes of it, but started off with saying that Richard Gar, the main character, the person who wrote, directed it, and Netflix did everything that they could to hide everyone's identities, and it took like literally hours, within hours of it premiering, that the internet was able to take the Facebook post that they had on the show and link it to her account and make her known immediately.
See, I've also heard I've heard somewhat different of that notion because there was a report. So that Sean, in the show, obviously you know that he has a stalker.
Yeah, right.
But then it's revealed that there's another person in his story that changes his life in a big way, and grooms him basically.
Okay.
And so, and that person is like the way he gets him to like hang out with him is he's a writer, like a comedy writer.
Yeah.
That's prevalent. And so they're like, yeah, we did everything to kind of hide the identities of people, but there's an article that's like everybody in the business knows who that guy is, who knows exactly who the groomer is, and it's like, and not because they did a bad job concealing his identity, because they actually hired an actor that looks like a different writer. They had to apologize to that guy.
Great.
But apparently Richard Gadd, before he made this show, was very open about who it was to other writers. And so, like, yeah, okay, maybe the Netflix show concealed his identity, but they're like, no, we 100% know who that is.
Well, Crazy Drunk Cat Lady on YouTube says, tell me you wouldn't interview her, Sean. I don't know that I would. Honestly, I'm like, what? I don't like crazy people. I don't want to just interview a crazy person necessarily. I want to interview somebody for a reason. Like the psychopathic lady was interesting for a different reason because we were exploring the subject matter. But
There's something with her to explore. It's just how much is it going to be received? There has to be some deep-seated roots to her actions in her adult life. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
You know, what led you to this?
It just seems weird to me. The whole thing seems really strange.
Well,
but
Piers Morgan's a dick.
It's really good for the show. I think they have drummed up a lot of attention for the show.
Considering, what was it that he walked out on? What was the... Remember, he got up in the middle of a show and left, and then that's when he quit?
Piers Morgan?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was a couple of years ago. Oh,
yeah.
what was it?
He was on GB or something. There was a channel that he was on for a while, I believe, but they were holding him down or whatever, and that became an issue.
Over his attacks on ... Damn it. His co-presenter?
We'll never know. We shall never know.
Crazy, guys. Just like
Did you guys, everybody who was posting on social media over the last couple of days was asking for something, and I was like,
what?
Everybody's like, where can I go to see the Northern Lights? And I'm like, I don't know.
Got like a glimpse of it or some sort of like geostorm that must have looked cool. How about that video I sent you guys last night?
Yeah, I think that was the SpaceX
terrible
thing.
video.
I think that was a SpaceX.
Did you zoom in,
rocket.
man?
No. I just watched the video from normal distance.
Doesn't look right.
Something looks wrong. What, you think you got a UFO on your hands?
I think so.
I
really
only
do.
know
I posted on TikTok.
from the timing, I thought it was maybe the SpaceX thing. But everybody was staring to the skies anyhow, and they're looking for this, the northern lights. You can see the northern lights because of this electromagnetic flare stuff that's been happening. I haven't seen anything. There's been no impact in my world because of these solar flares.
Well, yeah, technology-wise, I haven't noticed anything different. I didn't know this was coming. Apparently, some people did. There was supposed to be some people in Florida that could see the northern lights.
Huh.
But
that would have been cool.
Definitely wasn't me. Because I got outside, and I wasn't waiting until 1 a.m. because some people like, 1 a.m. is the best time. I was, hell no.
way.
But I got outside, and I flew the drone up a couple hundred feet in the air, and I was there's way too much light pollution to see any northern lights. But my friend texted me from Charlotte, North Carolina, I assume in his neighborhood, and he saw it great.
But isn't it true? Maybe I'm wrong on this. I thought that when you see somebody with either Aurora Borealis or Australia Borealis, which are northern and southern lights, they're the same thing, but on different sides of the globe, obviously.
Sarah
when you
Bareilles,
see
I loved her song.
When you see these things, I think, aren't people using like long exposures and it doesn't really look quite like that?
No, I don't think so.
Because sometimes the sky will be like totally just wild, and then they'll say like, this is not what it looked like to the naked eye. This is a long exposure capturing more of this than the people actually saw. You're saying that you actually could see it in that way, at least in some places?
I believe that I don't think it's any sort of trick photography.
All right. I believe you. I told you I could be convinced. All right. Here goes nothing.
But I saw nothing.
I didn't see it. I just saw a black sky. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, it's time for you to do the right thing, the smart thing. Protect yourself, your family, and your future with Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo, and that's justcallmo.com. Teddy emails to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, a.k.a. Electric Jesus. It says, Sean, Electric Jesus here. Similar to you, I'm a very nonpartisan person. Some people don't agree with you there, Teddy, but that's such is life. I hate both major parties, and I don't have interest in any of their ideological pissing matches. Also, like you, calling out either party inevitably gets both sides of the aisle attacking me as being left or right wing. I've been in that position enough to know better than to rush to label a fellow centrist when they take a stance on a political subject. But it's striking to me that someone who generally stays centered and follows national stories as closely as you is getting the basic facts of Trump's New York trial so wrong. Trump isn't on trial for paying hush money. He's on trial for business records fraud used to cover up campaign finance fraud. Yes, the fraud was an attempt to hide that he was paying hush money, which is a point of campaign finance laws in the first place, to reduce the possibility of compromised candidates. But the hush money itself is not the reason he's on trial. It's bizarre that you keep focusing on that aspect and not the actual crimes being alleged. So this is like a chicken and the egg kind of thing. And you have to remember, I have to talk to an audience of people who have various levels of knowledge as to Trump's case in New York City. Most people are unsure how many cases there are, how many charges there are, what's going on here, all of those things. Those are major questions. So overall, I think it's fair enough to say it's a hush money trial, because when you say it's about these business records and fraud in the business records, why is there fraud in the business records? Because of a hush money payment, among some other things, to Stormy Daniels. I think it's a fair way to say it. I don't think it's improperly stating what he's on trial for. Is it the most serious crime allegation he's facing? Not by a long shot. It doesn't come close to attempting to prevent the peaceful transfer of power, nor is it on the same level as withholding our most sensitive classified information, but it's absolutely a crime, says Electric Jesus, and due process absolutely needs to happen. It's not helpful for someone with a megaphone like you to be functionally parroting misinformation about the basic facts of this case. Again, I don't think I did that at all. And quite frankly, I have neither patience nor sympathy for the candidate and party that label themselves law and order, crying about their alleged crimes being investigated. Anyway, love the show. Hope to hear your take on this. My take is the same as it was. I think that calling it a hush money trial is fair enough. That's the basis of what this is. That's the basis of what the discussion has been in the courtroom, from Pecker of the National Enquirer to all other parties, including Michael Cohen, who is on the stand today. The whole thing is about hush money payments, and you don't actually get arrested for that. You get arrested for falsifying your business records. So I just don't think that's I don't think it's a huge thing that needs to be noted in some way. I think this is absolutely fundamentally true. If his name was not Donald Trump, I don't think he would be on trial for this. I don't. And most people don't think that either, if you look at the polling data on
Would
this.
he have to send that big of hush money if he was not Donald Trump?
I think people do that all the time in Hollywood. I think it happens a lot more than we know. That's my guess. My gut tells me that...
better at hushing it?
Yes, or not sometimes. You know, you'll recall when...
Or they don't, but they don't have to, like, cook their books when they're making these payments.
Right, but like, remember when David Letterman was caught up in this?
Yeah.
Instead of being quiet about it, he just got loud about it. And he went out there and said, this is what I'm going to do. But I think a lot of people do this. I think they go to these news outlets. They make a deal with them. Like, I've heard in the past of, say it's an athlete. The athlete will hear that there's some bad story about them coming out. They'll make a deal to squash the story, and then, hey, I'll do like a cover article in another magazine. That kind of stuff happens all the time. Man. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of reasons to distrust the media because stuff like that does happen frequently. I think some of the other trials against Trump, there's little validity to them, but this one, it just really doesn't feel like this old case. It's not new. There's nothing new about it. It doesn't feel like if this was anybody else that they would be on trial for this. And it seems pretty likely, given the political makeup of New York, that they'll find him guilty for this. And then what do we do? Do we like, if you get an own, like if you're a liberal, a progressive, whatever you want to call yourself, and Trump goes to jail and you're like, hell yeah, all right, I got to win there. For me, I don't care about your win as much as I care about the country. And I think it'll be a net negative for the country, for politics in general. We'll have a volley back and forth of wait till we get in power. We're just going to start investigating everything we can find on you. We're going to start throwing you in prison.
Sure. And vicious cycle. Can't wait.
That's bad. That to me is like, that's a bad thing.
Real quick, speaking of David Letterman, I saw on Disney Plus the other day, there was something, I didn't click on it, but it's Bono and the Edge, A Sort of Homecoming.
Yeah.
And it said, with Dave Letterman. And I was like, Dave?
Oh, I always thought David.
When did people start calling him Dave?
With the beard and no contracts.
I searched for it because I was like, is it the same guy? It's definitely the same guy. But I've just never, ever heard
What does he call his new show? That one my guest needs no
My next guest needs no introduction with David Letterman. He was Late Night with David Letterman and then The Late Show with David Letterman. This is the first time I've ever seen, like, professionally him being called Dave. And I was like, who made that call?
Yeah, I don't know it like that either. That's not the way I've been familiar with it.
Or does Netflix have some sort of contract with David Letterman, but Disney Plus gets Dave?
It could be. All right, quick break. When we come back, we're running behind here. A viral news story has resurfaced again in the darkest of ways. This one, if you haven't heard it, is crazy. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities are working on that accident on Forest City Road westbound before Cape Cod Lane. The right lane is blocked there. There's a couple accidents authorities are clearing up on Colonial Drive to watch out for. Westbound at I-4 and westbound at the Greenway. There's an accident on the express lanes of I-4 eastbound near John Young Parkway. Travel with caution through there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 20 or more select self-leveling underlayment, because Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioning conditioner's making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate our members who go above and beyond every single day. That's why we thought you might want to hear some special thank you messages from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother AZ1 Archie Castillo.
Hi, I want to give a shout out to my friend Colin, who's currently serving in the Army. Thanks for all you do. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Hey, homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious. Your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with My Name Clay as the promo code at lifelock.com.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The kind of crew who types the word functioning in bold, italic, and underline.
Are on the way. By the way, the final major update for the website is underway right now, and that's going to fix the web recorded dispatches that are of lower quality and make it so everything should sound good and even and across the board. There's some other updates within it, but I'll let you know when that is finished and goes live. I would expect it to take like several weeks, maybe a month, I don't know, somewhere around that before it's fully launched and totally done. But excited to have that going on right now and done before too long, so we can move away from constant
Finish
gigantic
the
updates.
website.
Finish the project. I'm always,
just in time to start doing more work on the studio.
no more work on the studio. Nope. And no more work. Well, there will still always be work on the website because somebody will go, hey, what if we did this? And I'll go, all right. And somebody will say, this is broken. All right, there we go. We can fix that. You guys remember the viral dress, right?
Oh, yeah.
Depending on how old you are, you'll answer that question very differently.
How long ago? I mean, it's within our...
I get it.
The viral dress of the newer age is the dress that, well, is it gold and blue? Is it white and gold? Is it blue and black?
I think the first one was blue.
I think it was, actually. But this was the one that was on
differently?
BuzzFeed and went as viral as it possibly could go. And everybody in the country and everybody on social media was like, it's this color. It's this color. We're arguing over this. Round and round we go. And we forget all about it. In this case, we got an update. The man behind the white, gold, blue, black dress that broke the internet has pleaded guilty to endangering his wife's life and admitted to strangling her, story says.
Okay.
So... while we were arguing over what color the dress was, he was literally strangling his wife. And I said, wouldn't that be a son of a bitch if it was about this? If, like, that's the argument that led to this. It was like, still all these years later, he's like, I told you, you're wrong about this. The guy tried to kill his wife, for God's sake.
It's blue!
Keir Johnston, 38, appeared at the High Court in Glasgow on Thursday, where he pleaded guilty to a terrifying attack on his wife, Grace Johnson, that led to her fearing for her life, but alive, they said. It was 2015 when this all went down. They were on Ellen DeGeneres and all kinds of stuff. And meanwhile, these years later, now things not so great in paradise. Let's see what we got going on with you. Oh, I have some of the demo for OpenAI, and I told you that they were going to announce today, like, a competitor to Siri and Alexa, a voice assistant. Let's see how this went, because I want to see if this was big enough to really shake up things with the big voice assistants that we have.
Let's just get a demo fired up.
All right, don't screw it up.
I'm taking out a phone. If you are wondering about this wire, it's so we have consistent internet. And if you see, there's this little icon on the bottom right of the ChatGPT app.
All right.
And this will open up GPT-4o's audio capabilities.
Why is the camera so far away?
It is pretty far away from him. I think it's a
Hey, ChatGPT, I'm Mark. How are you?
Oh, Mark. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Hey, so I'm on stage right now. I'm doing a live demo.
She said,
and
how about you,
frankly,
Mark?
I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Can you help me calm my nerves a little bit?
Oh, you're doing a live demo right now? That's awesome. Just take a deep breath. And remember, you're the expert here.
I like that suggestion.
Is it cutting out or is it just me? It's like weird points where it stops talking.
It has like background music, and I don't know if
Yeah.
that means like that's her sound for its thinking, or is that part of her or the robots calming
Also,
tactic?
this is a weird demo. I don't want to see that. Like, how relevant is your experience giving this demo on the stage to anybody else? Everybody else will be like, what am I going to ask this assistant for help with in my actual life?
Right.
It's not going to be about this. It'll be like something real,
Like,
something that people
remind
think.
me, or what's the I have so much to do. In what order should I do it? And at what time?
Yeah, I'm thinking of visiting this place. What's the best time of year to do it, and where can I get the best hotel deals? Like, this is a weird test.
Let me try a couple deep breaths. Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
That's kind of easy. Dude.
Wow.
Okay.
That was a decision.
Well, it sounds like you should go to the hospital.
I don't even want to make that noise. I think if I try, bad stuff happens.
What?
A couple deep breaths. Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
Whoa, slow
See it cut out again.
down a bit there. Mark,
she call
you're
him a
not a
dumbass.
vacuum cleaner. Breathe in. Or
See, when it hears the audience, it's activating
Still
the
listening.
microphone. Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
shutting off its talking feature. So this is a stupid thing to demo in front of a live audience.
Okay, let me try again. So I'm going to breathe in deeply. And then breathe
And then for 4, and then exhale slowly.
out. Okay, I'll try
Yikes.
breathing in.
I mean,
is
the
a
demo
bad
kind of
demo.
sucks, but
This is
but
not
I get
going
it
well.
though.
Yeah.
Like, I do understand in the sense of, like, that's how it's going to act. Is there not a way that it could listen and still talk at the same time?
I guess it doesn't do that. For some reason, it doesn't. I mean, maybe they could fix it so it does. But here's the thing. Why wouldn't they just record this? Make a video of you utilizing the technology.
I mean, but they
There's
paid
the-
so much for that stupid set.
Well, here's the
Look at all
idea.
the
Everybody in this world idolizes Steve Jobs. So they all do exactly what Steve Jobs did. They try to do their presentations exactly the same as him. They try to be like him.
Apple doesn't even do it that way anymore.
No, because it's a bad idea. And if it fails and you have a bad demo, it's super detrimental to your company and your stock price and all that. They really should have just recorded something, the breathing into the phone like an absolute
you're not a
dummy.
vacuum cleaner, Mark.
And they're more focused on OpenAI, like cracking jokes. I don't want jokes from this thing. I want it
More
to do a good
personable,
job.
bud.
I want it to answer the questions. If it can answer the questions and be a little funny or have some personality, that's fine, I think.
What if it answered the question and then took shots at you?
Right, like, this
I don't
is the
know.
15th time you've asked me this in 3 weeks.
Yeah, right.
Get your ass together, man.
I could see that hurting immensely. AI mocking me
You're
and
like,
roasting me.
AI, how many quarts is in a gallon? It's like, didn't you learn that in grade school, idiot?
All right, let's go over to you. Let's work in a couple of dispatches. Here's Cat Girl.
Happy Friday, Sabrina, Elaine, and Sean.
Huh?
This is Cat
Friday?
Girl.
Monday.
Saturday, Monday.
Thank you for making me content last Friday's show when you called me little old lady who got slapped by Sabrina. That was fun, by the way. Elaine, it was good to see you. Thanks for the high five. Thought you were going to knock me over.
What?
Sean, I love you. Don't let Sabrina call me little old lady. Don't follow in those
I
shoes.
got no control.
I'm not mad. Y'all have a great day. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Thank you, Cat Girl. Appreciate you. Appreciate the dispatch.
Nice gal.
One more here. Lukey Dookie has a dispatch, but it says, my voice is nuked from Rockville. So,
Hey, junkies, happy Monday.
Oh, you
Sorry
sound
for my
okay.
voice. I was at Rockville over the weekend.
This is
So, yeah,
phone.
about these concert tickets, man. I'm trying to go see Korn in either Tampa or I think it was Palm Bay, Palm Coast Amphitheater. Pit tickets are $500.
Wow.
A little more than that. What?
That's a lot.
$500?
I mean, and even the couples like sections back in seating, you're talking like $350 to $450 a pop. How?
Too pricey.
I could get 3 people into Rockville for less than $500. Where there's like 50 bands to go see. Like, I'm all for free market and stuff, but like this doesn't even seem like a free market. This just seems like either like extortion or monopoly of some kind.
It just doesn't seem fair. And it is a monopoly, mostly. When you look at the concert tickets, here's what has actually happened. We could tell you this as people who throw events and deal with ticket people, right? Ticketmaster is basically a company set up to be the bad guy, the unpopular bad guy. So that when artists go on tour, they can say, God, we hate Ticketmaster. But when you look at the extra fees, that's not all just Ticketmaster. The artists can add fees as well. So you could go, hey, we want to add like $5 on for like processing fees. And Ticketmaster will be like, okay. And then Ticketmaster adds their fees on top of it. It becomes much more expensive than the face value of the ticket. And Ticketmaster is the big, giant elephant in the room. But there are a lot of regional companies that exist that do tickets as well. And some new ticket outlets, but we're not talking about them. The regional outlets that do this, they just do the same exact thing. Why? Because people are already mad at Ticketmaster for doing it. They are expecting it now when they buy tickets. And so why wouldn't they get their piece of the pie too? And they put on a whole bunch of fees. And the artists and the venue and everybody makes money off of this. And Ticketmaster makes their piece for being the bad guy. So you don't get mad at the artists, even though they're making money off it a lot of times. You don't get mad at the venue, even though they're making money off of it a lot of times. You get mad at Ticketmaster. That is by design. That's what they're trying to do. And that's what they've successfully done, I think. So that's why I think it is a monopoly. I think it's unfair. And we have a stupid setup right now. And tickets should not be anywhere near this pricey. But we'll see what you think. Hit us up with the dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on yours right now. I don't know if you saw this YouTube streamer. She goes by VP on the platform, but don't bother watching her.
Okay.
She's a disaster. Like half the time,
but I
she's
like
just
a
doing
fun to watch disaster.
Fun to watch for people who like to watch that kind of stuff. It's hard to explain. Let me put it this way. This one might make more sense. She is fun to watch, but not because she's putting on an entertaining show. Because she's a catastrophe of a human being. It's fun to watch all the terrible things that happen in her world.
Okay.
And in a bad way, it makes it like trolling. It makes
Does it make
fun
you
to
a little
watch.
sad, or just like, where is this going to go next?
It makes me sad for a different reason, though, because when I heard what happened in this story, and maybe Celine, maybe you could find some more details on this, but it says a streamer on YouTube broadcast herself smoking weed while driving, and then she ran over a pedestrian in Los Angeles. And you could see on her live stream, and then she opens her door, and the person's like, why did you do that? And she's like, I didn't see you. And they're like screaming back and forth. She plows into a person while she's live streaming, right?
Okay.
And they said she frequently live streams with people describing her channel as showcasing consistent drug use and peeing in alleys. Those are her main things that she does. However, things took a serious turn after they hit a pedestrian while driving in Los Angeles. The sound of a loud bump heard on the stream as the camera rattled. Prior to the hit, she had been smoking weed and discussing whether or not she was getting back with an ex-boyfriend. Quickly stopping the car after the accident, somebody said, what the F did you just do? And she said, I didn't see her. So then the cops, I guess, showed up, and they let her go. They let this woman go, and they said, most people don't stick around. Thanks for sticking around, staying at the scene. So now cops in Los Angeles are like, you followed the law. Thank you so much for doing that. And she didn't get arrested. She plowed into a person on a live stream. Do you find any other stories about this, C-Lane?
Just the one on Dexerto.
Yeah, that's like the live streaming news website. They cover
that's why I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they cover all things like viral stars and such. And they said she found a place to pull over. The police, when they showed up, let her go. And I don't even think she got suspended off of YouTube. I don't even think they stopped her from streaming with a strike or anything. So she was able to pull all that off somehow.
There was one of the videos on a different website that was no longer available.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, age restricted. Never mind. Because it says, here's the live stream this YouTuber made where she stated to her chat that she don't have a charge, don't have a ticket. But that one's not...
I think I saw the video on World Star, I believe is where I saw it. But she curses in it, and the people are cursing at her as well. They're a little angry, it seems, that she's running into people and just plowing into them one at a time. I could see why they would be mad about that.
How do you get let go for that?
I don't know. I would think if you ran into a human being, and as long as that human being wasn't doing anything illegal, breaking a law of their own, then you should go to jail. Maybe in California, you just don't go to jail for stuff anymore. That's the new thing.
We had a story while you were gone about a woman who found a box of weed and weed accessories, definitely somebody who was selling it. It had a scale and baggies and a sticker that said "Open for Happiness" or something stupid like that. And she chronicled, because she went to the news with this, her attempts to bring it to the police station and have them take it into evidence or do whatever they're going to do with it.
Yeah.
And they just didn't have time for her. They're like, ma'am, we can't do it right now. We actually need you to leave. We have 33 emergencies going on right now. There was multiple attempts made.
I'm so sorry for bothering you.
Yeah. And she just couldn't turn in the weed. And,
my God.
And so it was like, yeah, I guess it's still illegal, but at times, but they have better things to do. And now you can hit somebody with your car while smoking that weed.
Yeah, why not? Just do it. It's a rush. Exciting. They're talking about concerts over on YouTube, and Anthony says, I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers in 1993. A lot cheaper back then, certainly. Still sort of a waste on account of the Red Hot Chili Peppers having the absolute worst lyrics in all of music.
Oh, hot take, dude.
All of the music world. Addicted to the Shindig, you know? Read the lyric book. Anthony Kiedis, however you say his name, good front man, good looking guy, talented dude, good voice. I like all those things. Worst lyricist in rock and roll. The worst lyricist
Sometimes you
in all
don't
of
have to
rock and
dance
roll.
around and, do poetry and use a thesaurus of just getting to the point of it all.
Shouldn't the
is
words
nice.
make sense? The words should make
It makes
sense.
sense to some, man.
Addicted to the Shindig doesn't make sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's fun. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, read the lyrics to Californication. That's another one, too. Even Under the Bridge. It's like all these songs.
That's about butt stuff, I thought.
No,
it's about
it's
drugs.
Heroin. Yeah, it's about doing drugs.
Oh, other side is about butt stuff.
And I'm not even saying the songs suck, because some of the songs are catchy and I dig them, and I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I think they're a different band, which I dig. But the lyrics are just god awful bad.
Do you ever go to genius.com, the lyric site?
No, I've been there before, yeah. Where they tell you what the meaning is behind the lyrics.
Very, very big fan of that website. I just like going and looking at stuff. If there's something that I don't quite get, or I think it's one thing, but it might be another. And for Can't Stop Addicted to the Shindig, your favorite are Red Hot Chili Pepper lyrics. It says, Anthony is no stranger to fame and doesn't shy away from indulging in the rock star lifestyle if it means he can continue doing the things he loves, i.e., making music for fans. The Shindig, in quotes, could either be his career as an entertainer or the drugs he can't quite quit due to said career.
I wish they did that with our show.
I mean, hilarious.
They would take lines, sentences that we say and go, actually, this is what this genius meant. And they make you sound 10 times smarter.
I mean, I was there over the weekend because I was listening to some old Eminem. And I was like, is he talking about go through Genius? It's like, oh, yeah, that is a reference to Lauryn Hill saying she'd rather her child starve than white people buy her record, which was not a real thing.
Wow. She didn't actually say that.
No, she didn't. That was it was on
Thanks,
Snopes.
genius.
She's more just focused on being late, as far as I'm aware. But that voice, my God, I can almost excuse it a little bit. When people are that talented, I can almost excuse things a little bit. This is annoying and obnoxious.
It's just nobody learns, though. I went to the Lauryn Hill concert. We're like, okay, we know we at least have an hour and a half.
Yep, right.
And then we still got there and waited for an hour and a half.
But would you excuse Axl Rose for watching Ninja Turtles?
Yes, it's a classic movie. You got to get that when you can,
please.
Sure. When we come back, they have an idea. This could be a big thing. The speed limit, just in general, could be changing in a very big way.
Oh, boy.
You guys are not going to like this. You're not going to like this very much. But we'll talk about what's on the horizon.
Are you going to love it?
Not even me.
Oh, no.
Not even me. But we'll discuss. We'll get into this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Authorities are clearing up an accident on the off-ramp from State Road 408 eastbound to Dean Road. There's an accident on Colonial Drive westbound at the Greenway, on Colonial Drive westbound at I-4, and authorities are clearing up an accident on the express lanes of I-4 eastbound near John Young Parkway, on Forest City Road westbound at Cape Cod Lane. The right lane is blocked. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Primatene Mist. During an asthma attack, every second feels like an eternity. Primatene Mist works fast. It's clinically shown to open airways quickly, providing quick relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma. Get the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. Big congratulations to last week's winner, Jennifer. Now, the first person to answer this question correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your question. Which country originated the sport of curling? Which country originated the sport of curling? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina at realradio.fm, and the first person to answer correctly wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win today's question, well, don't worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted Best Downtown Orlando Restaurant 3 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. For more information on reservations and location, visit Maxine'sOnShine.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast. That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
May is here, and that means Florida's intense summer is right around the corner. With new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen, you can cut back on energy usage, boost your home's curb appeal, and increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen makes that transition so easy for you, thanks to a selection of beautiful, functional replacement windows and doors. And their windows and doors are built solid. That's because Renewal by Andersen's exclusive Fibrex product is chic, tough, easy to maintain, and twice as strong as vinyl. Renewal by Andersen specializes in energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. So save money while beautifying your home with Renewal by Andersen. Now through the end of May, buy 2 windows and or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 1 year. They're locally owned and operated, and everything is made in the USA. Go to rbafla.com for complete details. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil Nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
It's back, baby! The 33rd Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is taking place May 14th to the 27th. This is the longest-running theater festival in the country and will feature over 150 shows over the 2 weeks of the festival, including many family-friendly shows. There will also be free outdoor entertainment, including The Angel Rivera, a.k.a. DJ Angel LaBoom from The Monsters in the Morning, on Friday, May 24th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the outdoor stage. Angel will play music for the outdoor crowd when he presents What the Hell is Angel Listening To? Live. For more details on the Orlando Fringe, including all show schedules and buttons for the festival and tickets for individual shows, go to orlandofringe.org.
Looking to save on your internet bill? Spectrum has designed affordable internet offers just for you.
You came to the right place. Spectrum has an affordable internet offer for eligible families. And you could save a ton with the Spectrum Internet 2-year price guarantee.
Switch to Spectrum Internet starting at $29.99 a month and a 2-year price guarantee with no contracts. And get a 1-year trial of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited risk-free. Call 1-833-563-2888.
Ready to switch? Sign us up.
Offer subject to change based on eligibility requirements. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Do you think a tiny chip in your windshield is nothing to worry about? I'm Pascal with SafeLight. Sooner or later, every chip will crack. So don't wait. Schedule at safelight.com. We can come to you for free and repair that chip fast. And with most insurance, a chip repair is no cost to you. Don't let that tiny chip crack your whole windshield. Go to safelight.com for free mobile service. Conditions may apply.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
16th Minute of Fame is the new weekly podcast hosted by me, Jamie Loftus. And every week, we take a closer look at an internet character of the day. Bean Dad, The Dress, 30 to 50 feral hogs. If you knew what any of those were, you spend too much time online. And I do too. Who are they? What made them notorious? Why did the internet choose them? And what does a person do when they get more attention than the human psyche can handle? Listen to 16th Minute of Fame on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search 16th Minute of Fame.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along.
Savannah emailed, and it says, wanted to give you all a reminder that this show is incredible. Now, that is a good way to start off an email. That is, that's the pick-me-up I'm looking for today.
This could be the 180 you did not want today.
No, I'm
Do you see a
feeling good
button
about
there
it.
somewhere?
This says, each of you make me miss radio because you're what radio should be. From navigating leaving Sean's house to broadcast to corporate suits being suits to the small day-to-day things your listeners will never know, it's something I hope you all are proud of. You guys are such a masterclass in how to do what you do, and it's been such a pleasure listening to the shows over the past year. I live in the same general area as you guys, go to the same bars and restaurants. Not creepy, I swear. We all just have great
Baby
taste.
reindeer, baby reindeer.
I hope one day to run into one of y'all to tell you how you absolutely kick ass and do this outside of an email. Sabrina's next episode today made me think, damn, she's so funny and great at her job. So I figured some love was overdue. Never let her leave, she says. All the best. One last thing. I always listen on Spotify, but Apple Podcasts has made it easy and breezy to keep up with the show. Highly recommend that as a solution.
I thought they got rid of podcast. Apple Podcast.
No. They got rid of Google Podcasts. I don't know why they did that, but that was a weird move on their part.
Obviously, the best place is iHeartRadio.
Yes, that's the spot we want to get you at if you can. You always can go to thenewsjunkie.com and get the latest links. Those poor Spotify folks. In the world of Spotify podcasts, they think we got fired that day. When we ended with Fade to Black, and we were like, I don't know, there's stuff going on behind the scenes. People, they think that was it, and the show, ripped right there.
And there's so many of them that were just like, all right, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Google anything.
Had a good run. Dead. See you later. Right. Thanks a lot, Spotify. So, what a nice email. Thank you. I could use that today.
Yes, thank you so much.
This is not great news, though, for
Awesome.
you guys.
Let's get back down to the ground.
There is an effort. This is not just taking place in New York, where they're doing this in New York City, but this is happening all over the country. And people, in the name of saving human beings, are pushing to lower speed limits. Why? Because they found at particular speeds, it's much less likely that a pedestrian, when hit by a vehicle, will die. And the magic number for them is 20 miles per hour. So,
all right, time to get hit at 19 miles an hour.
in New York City, they're actually making a lot of the roads now 20 miles per hour is the speed limit so that they save more pedestrians, they said. And this isn't just in New York. They also have done this in California, where they have new legislation to cut speed limits in every school zone and other areas to 20 miles per hour or less. City of Oakland also reduced speed limits in several corridors following a new state law there. Washington, D.C. has reduced the city's default speed limit to 20 miles per hour. And Washington, D.C., the default speed limit is 20 miles per hour. That's as fast as you're going.
I love that they're like, hey, we can't stop these people from hitting pedestrians. So let's just make it a little less likely that they die.
Yeah, let's wound them. We'll wound them, and that'll be
We're
okay.
not going to just assess on how like the roads are structured or where the lights are. And no, let's just lower the speed limit because people immediately follow that.
They said there's a reason why cities and states are lowering the speed limit to 20 miles per hour. It's a speed at which most pedestrians who get hit by a car still have a good chance of survival. Above that, risk rises
lifetime of
exponentially.
trauma.
A person hit by a vehicle going 30 miles per hour is 70% more likely to be killed than being hit by a car going 25. The average risk of death reaches 50% when the driver is going 42 and 90% at 58 miles per hour. Above that, pedestrians' chances of survival get very slim. But they said if you are going 20 miles per hour, there's a good likelihood that the person will survive. So everybody just go 20 miles per hour. We'll have the speed limit 20 miles per hour everywhere we could possibly
It's
go.
still going to hurt.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can still be paralyzed.
Yeah, you're going to break something for sure. You're gonna take a hit. That is a weird idea.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the answer. The answer instead is like, so let's say you could take almost any city and run into this problem, but here locally, I think we're one of the least pedestrian-friendly cities in the country.
Yes. No, I thought we
it
for
was in
sure
some
were like
story.
top.
Yeah, like we did not do good at that. And, in West Palm and the Treasure Coast and Rochester, everywhere else where you're listening, you might have a little bit better of a setup, but it's probably not that great. It's just bad all over the place. And
When we say pedestrian friendly, are we saying do we have the most pedestrian deaths, or like deaths aside,
We hit the most pedestrians.
I think we
Top
might.
5.
Well,
we might.
I know we definitely have that. Like we definitely hit a lot of pedestrians. But when you say friendly, are you just talking about the number that get hit, or are you saying like, they put these special bridges and special things in place for pedestrians?
I don't know, because it's probably going to vary from report to report how they calculate if a city is pedestrian friendly. But in my mind, it is how many people are getting injured or killed in accidents, and other things like how big are the sidewalks. In cities that are really pedestrian friendly, they'll have large sidewalks. And in cities like San Francisco, which one of the few things they do right is how they handle pedestrians, pedestrians always have the right of way, always in San Francisco. So if you're walking, you don't have to stop for cars ever. You just walk. The cars have to wait until there's not enough humans in the way, and then the cars can go. Pedestrians always have the right of way. So some cities do this better than others. And I don't know if going 20 miles per hour everywhere is going to solve it. It'll certainly get more people mad that it takes them a lot longer to get home, to get to work, to get to dinner, to do all the things that they want to do. Let us know what you think. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. When we return, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up this Monday on The Jim Colbert Show, we'll talk with Ray Trinley from TK Law. Messi is coming to Orlando. We'll get Orlando City update with Brandon Kravitz. The winner of JCS Trivia will get to pick concert tickets of their choice between Santana and Counting Crows or the Doobie Brothers. All of that plus 4 shots at winning $1,000. Plus, your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Monday forecast. And the rest of today does feature increasing shower and thunderstorm chances. The sea breeze will get going, especially by about 4 p.m. And that's when we can expect some isolated showers and storms to form. More scattered to potentially widespread rain will arrive near sunset tonight, where a few gusty showers and storms will be possible. These do look to wind down as we get closer towards midnight with a drier forecast overnight. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
Summit Racing has the parts and accessories to keep your ride summer road trip ready. Choose from millions of parts in stock. Shop summitracing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends June 2nd, 2024.
Saw somebody post this weekend on Nextdoor and on the Nextdoor app, and they were like, I think something's wrong with my air conditioning. I keep turning it down. I've got it down to 70, and it's 91 degrees inside my house right now. And I said, yeah, I think maybe there is something wrong with your air conditioning at that point. You got to call Mills Air when these things happen to you. If your AC is not working the way it's supposed to, it's time to get the experts on the case. And the techs at Mills Air are the best of the best. They'll come over, take a look at what's going on. They've run into all these problems before, and they're one of the few places that will be honest with you. If it's a cheap part, it's a cheap part, and they're on their way. If you need a whole new AC, you don't have to panic. They've got finance programs for basically everybody out there to make this a lot easier, and they can save you big on your power bill. They've been in business since 1992, which is over 30 years, obviously, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, so they can get you big rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to Mills Air. Go find them online at millsair.com.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members of DIC. Terms and conditions apply. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's business cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/free. Ramp.com/free. ramp.com/free.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
You do everything you can for your family. A nice home, good food, family fun, and the right medical care. You plan ahead for your kids' future and their education. That's all great, unless something unexpected happens to you. If you were to die, who would pay the mortgage and all the other bills? Would your family have to sell their home just to survive? That's why you need to call Term Provider for the lowest rates available on quality term life policies, period. Rates for term life are at all-time lows, and Term Provider could save you 50, 60, even 70%. Already have coverage? Call and see if you're paying too much. Term Provider could save you thousands. And if your health isn't perfect, even more reason to call. We'll match you with the right policy even if you have weight issues like diabetes or high blood pressure. Right now, your family's protected. Make sure that protection continues if something unexpected happens to you. Call for a free quote and see if you can save up to 70%. Call 800-200-1966 now. That's 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
Okay, this contract looks good to me. Let me just run it by my lawyer.
Everyone knows that having a good lawyer on hand can be a real game changer, which is why Legal Shield connects you to a vetted law firm in your state for a low monthly fee. Only Legal Shield has been providing this kind of legal peace of mind for over 50 years. Need an experienced set of eyes on that fine print? With Legal Shield, you can say,
let me run it by my lawyer.
Is the dealership giving you a hassle about warranty repairs?
I guess we'll have to talk to our lawyer.
And for that will you've been putting off, you can finally tell your family.
We're good. I had our lawyer take care of it.
Legal Shield isn't AI bots. It's a dedicated group of real lawyers who have your back, no matter what the future brings. All for around the price of those streaming services you don't watch anymore. Sign up at LegalShield.com/radio today. PPLSI does not provide legal representation or advice. See a plan for complete terms.
Season 1 of the Girlfriends podcast followed a group of remarkable women as they brought down an ex-boyfriend seeking justice for Gail Katz. Season 2, The Girlfriends Our Lost Sister, follows their quest to reveal the identity of a woman misidentified as Gail during her murder investigation.
It's almost like it's become this moral obligation to find her.
Listen to The Girlfriends Our Lost Sister on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Girlfriends Our Lost Sister to start listening.
Kick off your summer with iHeart 80s. iHeart 80s goes commercial-free all Memorial Day weekend and every weekend. Open the app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. Free never sounded so good.
Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. And before we get into all this, we almost went to hate watch a movie this weekend because we heard it was so bad. And
in the theater?
Yeah. And I saw people on Reddit saying, "Oh, I just saw it for the second time. It's so bad." And I'm like, there's people buying tickets to it because they hate it. Now I'm sure somebody likes it, but it's called Not Another Church Movie. Oh. And it's a parody of all the Tyler Perry movies, which I would get because I've seen like about half of those at least.
Really?
And
I don't even know if I've seen a whole Tyler Perry movie.
They're hilarious because it's like 2 movies in one. Every Tyler Perry movie is Tyler Perry doing the funny characters, which is genuinely funny. And then there's some very, very serious, very, very dramatic thing going on. And it's like 2 movies within one. And then they'll bring the Tyler Perry character back in for a couple more laughs because they got to even things out. Anyhow, this was like a spoof on all of those, and it is just really tanking at the box office. We kept looking on Fandango, and there was nobody in any of the theaters. So I think a whole day went by that nobody, and it wasn't a single ticket sold in the theater. And so I started looking at all the people. They're like, "Oh, just watched it. It was so awesomely bad." And I'm like, "This is a weird motivation, but I kind of want to see it myself now." It's like the Greasy Strangler. That thing's blowing up. You guys see that they're coming to one of these big conventions that's coming to town? The Greasy Strangler people are going to be there.
Oh, Spooky Empire's coming up soon.
I don't know if it's that one or a different one, but they're
talking about
coming
the
to town.
naked old man is going to be there? Great.
Yeah. It's turning into
I haven't seen the movie yet, but I can't unsee that one shot of you, sir.
Don't see the movie. It's it's punishment. That's what it is. And after that, when you get to the end of the punishment, you're like, "I did it. All right, let me commiserate with other people who did this as well. That's what that movie is all about. All right, we got time for maybe one dispatch, which, it's right there in the song, for God's sake, right?
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
That's true. Just time-wise, we're kind of down to it anyhow. You can always send them, even when we're not on air, dispatches over on thenewsjunkie.com. Let's refresh here and just take something as our last one. It's Pizza Peisenberg talking about the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yoski Chodes, my apologies for the background noise. We got some bad weather up here in the Nashville area.
Oh, I hear it, yeah.
Driving around in the crappy
That's
Amazon
safe.
van. As much as this pains me, A, because I hate agreeing with Sean on most points, and B, because I'm a huge fan of Red Hot Chili Peppers, always have been, always will be. You can argue that their lyrics are good, bad, whatever, but no one could ever argue that their lyrics are what one would call deep.
No, they're not deep.
In one of the songs titled Around the World, it's one of their hits. Most people know it. I believe the excuse he gave for doing so was they didn't have time to finish the lyrics before they had to get into the studio to record it, to get it on the album that it appeared on. It sounds like he is doing an impression of C-Lane, doing a racist impression of a Chinaman.
Wow.
Well, all right, lots to unpack there.
Deep cut.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. All the stories, you know what? They made the cut. They did it. They made the cut. Stories. Now, let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, May 13th, 2024. And today I learned this television show.
Hawaii 5-0? No.
They're driving fast in
Top Gear.
cars. Yeah, Top Gear. Tesla sued Top Gear for malicious falsehoods after it suggested one of its vehicles had run out of power after only 55 miles of use. They did not win, though. They lost to the Top Gear folks. It was rejected by the court in 2011. Today I learned if you carve something into a tree, it will still be at that same height 50 years later, which is kind of a mind-F to think about, but that's how trees grow. So if you carve something in there, it'll stay exactly where it is.
That's weird.
And forever be in the same spot. And today I learned this band right here.
Limp Bizkit.
That's right, Limp Bizkit. One day before 9/11, 9/10, if you will, Limp Bizkit received a letter from the World Trade Center, like the buildings that sent an email or a letter over to Limp Bizkit, thanking them for featuring the Twin Towers in the video for their song Rollin'. 24 hours later, they weren't sending any more letters from those buildings. Thank you so much for, I'm like having heart attacks as this clean version.
Same here, same.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.